There they are, the North and South Thompson Rivers, and where they come together, you'll find Kamloops, BC, and the Scotties.
Said, are you ready for the good times? Said, are you ready for it? Said, are you ready for the good times? Said, are you ready for the good times? Said, are you ready for it?
And as the fans make their way into Sandman Center, we are now down to the final 6. And today's games are about placement heading towards the Page playoffs. We'll feature Manitoba against BC and Grandy out of the Vancouver Curling Club. Wonderful tie-breaking game this morning, one that you would talk about certainly for a long time if it was a final. Now we're tied in an extra. This is the final stone for Christina Black and her team. Oh, she got it by that one, and oh, she got it by that one too. Tap up, and there is her shot stone. And so, yeah, deep breath, leaving Caitlin Law's wild card number 1. This reminds us of 05. Jennifer Jones with our own Kathy Brushing doesn't make it. And so Christina Black is moving on, eliminating the wild card Laws. And BC, Grandy, she wins over Saint Georges of Quebec. So coming up today, as I say, it's about placement for, of course, the Page playoffs. We've got Jones and Grandy also on the ice. Black now against Ontario's Homer. And on this Friday afternoon, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Kamloops. Joe's here. Russ, we're going to hear from Kathy momentarily. As I mentioned, that game, that tie-breaking game, you'd be talking about that forever if it was a final.
I'm still going to talk about it forever. That was unbelievable. Like the shot make, the 10th end was incredible. Anybody that doesn't like the no-tick rule is crazy. They're wrong. Rocks everywhere. What I enjoyed was the angles, the strategy, trying to race, get the angles set up so you had a shot at least on your last one. Unbelievable shot in 11 for Black. Entertaining.
So it is now Manitoba against BC. Nothing like somebody young joining your team to rejuvenate us. And that's what it is for Manitoba, as I can't still believe that she's taken those 4 young players and molded them into her style.
And the story here is Jennifer Jones. She has played outstanding this week. Yesterday we watched her create a skips 2 with 5 of the opposition rocks in the ring. She is looking so confident. But this team, I'm wondering, the pressure is on. This is an elimination game. Can they withstand it? BC
came in with an aggressive reputation, and you think they should continue.
Yeah, you got to do what they've been doing to get this far. And the problem is Jennifer Jones. You play Jennifer Jones, you think, oh my goodness, they like rocks and play. I don't want them to get these big scores, and you play defensively. You have to apply pressure to Jones, and the style of play BC has is exactly what the doctor ordered.
And let's not forget the 2 coaches, Glenn Howard, Manitoba, Nicholas Adine for BC. It's going to be a good one when we come back to Kamloops. Final stone.
Little bit.
Just touch it over like that. How do you like that?
Final stone in 10. Jennifer Jones have knocked it off this stone all the way. Move the auto, tap it, and there you go. And a win for Jennifer Jones.
Down by a couple, in trouble deep. Hold that right now. You just touch this up. Touch it right up. Oh, you got the pinhole shot. Rock BC.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like it. By PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
So handshakes prior to throwing stones at each other. BC and Manitoba. And it's time to meet the teams now. And it's all brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Manitoba. They hail from the St. Vital and Altona Curling Club, skipped by Jennifer Jones and backed up today by Lauren Lenentine, Mackenzie Zacharias, Carly Burgess. They are swapping back and forth their leads. That means that Emily Zacharias is sitting this one out. The BC champions from the Vancouver Curling Club, skipped by Clancy Grandy, Sarah Loken, Lindsay Dubé, and Kayla McMillan round out the BC champions, coming off that win earlier today against Quebec. So Manitoba finishing second in their pool, 7-1 record to 5-3 for BC. They get the choice of stones. They also get last rock. They've elected red. And getting us underway, playing the yellow stones, the BC lead is Sarah Loken.
Go short here, Joanne. So doing what they've done all week, they just play aggressively, and that has to help.
Now we saw some teams, conditions were a little bit inconsistent to start the week, and we saw some teams really simplify their game, even though they were known for being aggressive. BC, on the other hand, they stuck to what they know, and they will live and die by this strategy.
Shouldn't curl or hold this weight just as much as the last one.
It's the makeup of this team that Lauren Lenentine and Emily Zacharias go back and forth, and no concern in doing that. Or they say no concern, and well, it hasn't been much of a concern. They just lost the one game.
It's going to come out the other side. It needs to sit.
And that could have gone either way, way back a week ago.
It was the first draw. They dropped to Northern Ontario, and Northern Ontario and Kristen McCarville got first place by virtue of it. Keys to the game. Let's start with BC.
Well, we touched on it in the opening. First to 10, BC just has to think offense, because that's how you're going to put pressure on Jones. One skips in the biggest game of their lives. The other one's got 6 Canadian championships. You got to put pressure on her. And for Grandy, the difference in the stats is the 2 skips. There's a 5-point edge for Jennifer Jones. So Grandy has to be a little bit grander.
Wow. Somewhere some English teachers going, I didn't know he'd know that. He's never been that good.
It's a big word for him.
Okay, here to you guys. 15-8.
And the keys for Manitoba.
Yeah, for Manitoba, it's Lenentine's time. She sat out the game yesterday, and they did an extra paper. We saw a little bit more snap at the end. She's been playing so well this week, but the conditions will be a little bit different for her to manage. And for this team, it's very important, a game of this magnitude, no gifts. And their only loss to McCarville about a week ago, they gave away a couple of free points just with some mismanagement on the sweep. They'll want to dial that in today.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue. It's pure comfort.
Carly, go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Keep going, Matt. Keep going. You got a good one. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Good sweep.
And they'll wrap another one around with last rock.
Nice call, Jen.
You heard the sweeper say, nice shot, as soon as the rock came to rest. And oh, wait, it's Lauren today.
Good weight. Yeah, good sweep.
You got the nice shot part right. You know, you look at Jennifer, and you know what strategy's coming at you, but you need the horses. And you had Dawn McEwen, in my opinion, the best lead in the history of the sport to set these up, but that's exactly what is happening here with Lauren.
A great run back by Lindsay Dubé.
Yeah, the ability to get yourself out of trouble. It was something that Nicholas Adine was talking about prior to the game. Their coach, that, yeah, they'll play aggressive. They won't stop doing this, but they do have some weapons that can get them out of trouble.
Well, and we watched yesterday, Lindsay was struggling connecting on those runbacks. There was a lot of chatter about technical cues. To be able to throw that on your first shot of the game, that feels incredible. A huge confidence booster.
Just one other game on the ice. Kathy's watching that.
Well, you know what, Vic, that we've talked about that Nova Scotia game this morning. It was so brilliantly played, but I wonder a little bit about fatigue, remembering that Nova Scotia had to defeat Quebec last night. It went to last rock, and it was a stolen point by Nova Scotia. And then this morning they went an extra and only 30 minutes to get prepared to get out to do the pre-game practice. In my opinion, the key matchup this afternoon will be at the third position. Tracy Fleury, Jen Baxter, both have had some up and down points during the week, but Tracy Fleury coming off 2 good games, including a 94% performance. The pressure will be on Jen Baxter.
Okay, so that's the other game on the ice, other side of Sandman Center. And Kathy will be keeping our eye on that. Ontario with a 6-2 record there. Nova Scotia 5-3. So Ontario and Holman got, as Manitoba has, the choice of Stones, and they get the last rock playing the yellow.
Nice positioning of lead rocks this end for Team Manitoba has led to a pretty simple setup in the house. And if a double isn't made by Team BC, the 2 is in play to start this game off.
Good. Nice call. 10-1.
Going to give the double a go here. You'd love to miss it thick if you miss it. Maybe roll behind the yellow or roll grouped at the back there.
Easy feel. Whoa. Sarah. Sarah. Sorry, Sarah. Hard, sorry. Gotta go. Hard.
Kayla McMillan.
Hard.
Oh dear.
Those inside-out hits were running. They were curling so much to start the week off, and everything's just a little bit straighter since they papered the rocks. They have that finish now with the lighter weights, and it seems like the hits are running very straight across the sheet all of a sudden.
Back for it.
We watched Mike Merklinger yesterday morning putting a little pebble down the sides only, trying to get some more curl to the middle. That's a similar shot to Caitlin's. Caitlin's was out wider to try to win that game this morning, and it didn't curl either. So I think you're going to get a little more curl outside in, wide, but not inside out. It's changed quite a bit.
Mike Merklinger, the head ice technician, and his crew have done a wonderful job. They've dealt with all kinds of different weather. It's a little bit milder here and getting more so as we head into the weekend. Oh, goodness. You don't want to give this chance right back. And sure enough, look at that. Through it goes.
Stick our shooter here, I think.
So easy to get caught in the pregame practice. There wasn't a draw for Hammer, but typically you don't see the middle get worked in as much as the outside in paths do get worked in. So the thrower thinks, okay, I need to throw a little extra here. And all of a sudden you're right through the rings. That's very frustrating as a thrower just to make that wrong guess.
To that point, just before our opening, I watched BC start their practice. They threw a bunch of bullets down the center, and maybe that fooled Carly. They keyed that spot up a little bit more than a normal game.
But it goes from Manitoba sitting a 3. That mistake allows BC maybe to get off the hook here as we play in the first.
Changed the weight selection on this call. They took the weight down. I think they were just trying for the roll on that shot.
And a smart skip too, I think Russ would say. When player just overthrow it, I got to give her a little confidence. I'll bring it down.
That's exactly what was going through my mind when they changed the call. That's smart. That's good management.
So a chance to make amends here.
Little big. Clean.
Carly Burgess.
10. Clean. Back. Wow! Back.
And just a half stone roll to the outside. Still there. Somebody can make the roll undercover.
Sorry about my first. Okay. Yeah, I just kicked too hard.
Soft weight again with that amount of ice. Try to roll behind the center.
Behind ours? Yeah.
Even a hack waiter is all you really need here, and you can roll right to that back one. You throw normal and you roll too far, it's well in front of the back one.
even an overroll, so go beyond that guard to the left-hand side of the sheet as you see it. That'll group the rocks and maybe give a makeable double on Clancy's last.
Yep, same weight. Pair last. 10.5. Yep.
First year together for this team as Grandy makes the move from Ontario, from Burlington, and out to the West Coast, and they've committed now for the cycle, the 4 years.
Good sweep.
Leading up to the next Olympics in Italy.
Stayed out there. Yeah, I think we can go easy. Yeah, I think so too.
I had 10.7 on cars.
Okay.
Same weightish.
Yeah, I thought I was a little straight.
That gives you a jump early, doesn't it? You have the hammer every game.
You got to jump there. Good.
Such an advantage. You get to set the tone for the game. You're in control right off the bat. You can make the other team uncomfortable with that aggressive play we've always talked about with Jennifer Jones.
It's good. Just clean. Hair less than mine. Yes. Right to it. Hard. Really
So Mackenzie Zacharias holds the brush. Lenentine closest to the stone. Burgess out in front.
Whoa.
And now it will spill over and stop for shot rock. So sitting the 2 is Manitoba.
It's
Sorry, so
That's
close.
Okay. Wave was good.
Yeah, you were a bit back on yours, I thought. So.
Okay.
How much can you see of this? Can you throw a weight at this for the double, or do you have to throw like a hack weighter?
A little late turn. Did you see that?
Yeah, that helps, eh?
Yeah.
So you don't want to fracture on the guard here without hammer.
I like the throw. I didn't think I was tight. Did you?
No, I didn't.
No, I.
Can't risk throwing it so
I didn't
light
wanna
that if
jump
you
it
make
because it's
contact
just
with
so
that back
straight.
red, both reds
Yeah.
stay in the ring. So
darn.
throw it hard enough to kill a red.
Just let her know the speed.
Or roll buried, one or the other. Yeah, there's room, isn't there? Like you said, the BC threw a few right down here with a lot more weight than this, but it shouldn't be quite as sharp.
12. Wait a bit.
Little big.
Wait a bit, Lynn. 12.
So waiting for it to
Sarah?
catch the break.
Hi, Sarah.
Sorry, you got it.
Hi, Sarah.
Final stone for BC. Manitoba with last rock. Help it over, Loken. Help it over. And then try to lay it on top, and it'll spin away. So Manitoba will get their chance for 2.
I think it can be.
Yeah, not much fresh pebble there, and just didn't want to carve over like a previous game.
Thrown to tolerance, though. The over curl there was a disaster. It would have been an easy 3 for Jennifer Jones. She still has to play a pretty precise hit here for 2.
Good, Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with an 11, it would.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I just thought with how I threw that would be closer to like a 12.
Yeah, that guard came into play, didn't it, in the decision making and the weight choice.
Yeah, it's you think a little differently in an elimination game.
Little less. A little bit. Yes.
That would be a concern. You want to be around 50% converting with last rock.
Keep it there.
So an opportunity here for them, but it's a big scrub, huge scrub for them. Burgess, Lenentine, got to hang around, look out. Oh, and they couldn't. They'll kill their own.
On red.
And wow, did that end? Go from a possible 3 down to a deuce. Ultimately just 1 going on the board for Manitoba here in the first against BC.
11.
And we'll go over now and spend some time here. Nova Scotia against Ontario. Ontario with last rock. And what are they sitting, 1 or 2?
They're sitting 1, and this end has been a big struggle. I talked about the key matchup. Tracy only at 25% in this end. Bounced off on her first, went through on her second. And that Yellowstone 12-foot, that is Rachel Homan's attempt on her first to draw to lie 2. Was short, and then Christina was also short in coming to the house. So trying to find some paint for the pair.
Needs fully 73% on her draws this week. That's 13th in the field for Rachel Holman.
11. It's really heavy. Okay, 9. Can we hit it high? Yeah.
Tracy Fleury in the house. Emma Miskew, Sarah Wilkes on the brush.
It's good.
Well then.
Tap it up instead. Look at that. And that will work. So playing the bump for 2. Mackenzie Zacharias throwing the second stones for the Manitoba champions out of the St. Vital and Altona curling clubs. As we welcome you back on this Friday afternoon. Down now to the final 6 teams looking for, this is a placement game, heading towards the Page playoffs. Coming up, we'll start those tonight. Means the Team Canada going undefeated in round robin. The 3-time defending champions, Carrie Anderson. 8 straight wins. And on the other side, the group winners, Northern Ontario, last year's silver medalist. So they're watching this. You talked about, Joe, no gifts if you're Manitoba. Don't give a team any gifts. Well, Manitoba gave a couple of gifts to BC, who now have the last rock.
Yeah, that was a relatively simple opportunity to score 2 points and take control of this game early. And now with BC having the surprise force, there's a lot less pressure in this second end to bounce right back and score that multiple.
18-team field, 2 groups of 9. It started the round robin a week ago, Friday. Pool B was decided requiring no tiebreakers. McCarville getting first place by that first draw win over Jones, home in third. And then you had, of course, Laws, Saint George, Black, Grandy, all at 5 and 3, all tied for second. That's why there were 2 tiebreakers this morning. Black and Grandy now advancing.
And the crazy part about this format is Team Manitoba lost a game almost a week ago. It was Saturday at 1 o'clock last week. And because of that, they're playing in an elimination game today.
At 7-1.
At 7-1.
12.5. You want 12.5? Yep.
So there is that first loss last Saturday, and then they ran the table and looking impressive doing it. Jennifer Jones.
You got hard. 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 Hard on the roll. Hard on the roll. Try to get it over there. Yep. Good, Lynn. Good weight.
Just kind of seeing the nose here.
Okay.
Forward.
Let's go, Car.
Meanwhile, the BC champions, they spaced them out. I mean, that's the key. You don't want to lose too many too soon. Spaced it out. They lost to Quebec on Wednesday night and then picked up the win on Thursday. That was a game to get through, and they did, and then they won the tiebreak this morning.
Gotta go.
This is the 3rd elimination game in a row now for Team BC.
That's true.
They lose last night, they're going home.
Okay.
Same thing with this morning.
Get more finish with the 7
I have to imagine they're pretty comfortable in this environment all of a sudden.
Yeah,
everything is a bonus.
Straight around.
Nothing like experience, for sure.
Should be right up to speed now.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Nice little natural come around with those 2 guards, the way they're staggered like that. Can probably get behind the one that's in the rings.
Yeah, some teams you might see them clear up the middle, given that they have hammer and there's, as you mentioned, a lot of stagger to deal with. But this team from BC, that's not their game plan. They commit to keeping these rocks in play, and sometimes it leaves Clancy with the hero shot on her last with really high degree of difficulty.
Okay. Top 8. Switch. Got to get it a bit past the line. Yep. Hard finish, Lynn. Hard. You got it. You got it. Keep going. Good sweeping, guys.
Almost another foot, and they sink that.
I was solid board, hey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Carly Burgess, the 3-time Canadian junior champion. 2 of them won in Nova Scotia. One of them with Zacharias in Manitoba.
Lauren. Lauren.
Clementine
Good.
trying to help it over. Gets it right to the nose.
12 and out.
Well, here they are, Nicholas Edin and Glenn Howard. What did we say? 6 world championships on the left, 4 on the right. Think they know something?
That's
I think, yeah. They could impart some information. Edin saying that the BC team, Joe, has bought into a little bit of the style of the way he approaches the game with his Swedish team. And just to digress, Grandy said when she was working with the Dutch, the Netherlands team, she wanted to bring some of that men's style to the women's game, or to her game at least. Look at this rule, and in behind cover. So they'll try some things, Edin said, the way he plays it. They'll try some things early and sift out the information as the game goes along to narrow it down, and then those are the shots we want to use late in the game.
Yeah, and we've seen that work really well for this team from BC in the last couple of games. Where it's hurt them earlier in the week is when they try things in that first half and it's too risky. They had some games get away on them early in the week in that experimentation phase, but it's worked really well for them since, and that's going to be a key for this team. They've committed to each other for 4 years. Lindsay Dubé is the out-of-province player, lives in Ottawa. Her plan is to move out to BC next year. So if this team is going to stick together and work through all of that, you learn so much if you happen to lose by that strategy. They're not deviating because this is what they want to do. This is who they want to be.
Top 4. Top 4.
Line's good, Broom.
Line's really good. T-line.
The ones that BC doesn't want to leave, Jennifer.
Curl it.
They've got nothing yet from either Burgess or Lenentine, as it's all on its own.
There. Great. Back 8. Line's great. Just let it sit. Good
Just
done.
that little bit, huh? Just slips to the back 4, so there's room.
Yeah. I didn't think it was stopping there.
Looks impossible to tap it out to sit too, so that it did the job.
Exactly. Yeah, that works.
14-3.
3-8.
Yeah, I didn't feel that heavy, but
Top button, Deb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this puts the pressure
This is a
on
little
Clancy
less
Grandy. They'd like to be above the T line here. They slip behind. Jennifer Jones would have a steal opportunity if she can make the freeze as well.
Nice here. Okay. Top button.
So a little off what you expect. The norm would be 50%, converting with the hammer, 2 or more.
Get a piece of the button.
Yeah, me too.
Line's good.
Get
Get
it for speed.
Have to get this rock there to sit shot.
Hard, Lynn, hard. Hard, gotta be shot.
Just
Not
top
shot.
Dubé and Loken cannot drag it there. I wonder if she got spooked a little bit by Jones's first.
That was similar to what I was throwing
Yeah,
in
probably
practice.
protecting a little bit because of that. You don't want to bounce off either, but to Joe's point, the ideal spot was shot rock above the T line, but there wasn't much space there.
Even with the sweeping like
hard.
Okay.
Yeah, the come around by Jones forced BC into a very precise draw.
Yeah.
A little bit of a miss, and
Higher the better, really.
force is in play, and it might be tricky to get in there to touch the
I would
button
sweep this
with that
early,
yellow
Carly, you
corner
wanna
guard
work
in the
it out
way.
Okay. I like it. Let's go, Jen. They're good, Jen.
I think speed should be maybe even a little bit better out here is what I was seeing, but
Yep. Halfway. A little bit, Carl. A little bit. Halfway.
Carly.
Tight.
Lead it.
Gotta sit. Tight.
Halfway, they're
Gotta
saying.
sit. Lead. Just gotta sit.
Don't want to line
Really
up
tight.
the red-yellow here.
Little bit, Lauren. Little bit.
That's why they're curling it.
Whoa. Good, John. Good.
It came down.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, I lost my gripper.
Be a bit of a cutter. She missed narrow with the first end.
They were yelling halfway the whole way down the sheet almost. It just went farther than they thought. If that rock had stopped halfway, I think the line would have been perfect.
And then hooked.
Just ran a little faster than they expected to, and they'd mentioned that in the hack. A little bit wider might be a bit better.
Tough shot here.
If that red rock stops halfway, this is a very tricky port to navigate.
That stone under behind that corner guard, if it was just maybe peeking out a little bit more, but they actually buried it too well.
Yeah, you can play the in off, you're right.
Straight draw against one sitting back 4 foot. Needs a little bit of the button.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough more.
And out of her hand, they got her. Loken, right, Dubé, left, McMillan saying a little bit more, ladies. Give us everything you got. And there is nothing left in that stone. And it will be a steal of 1. Jones, Manitoba go up 2-0. Over quickly now to Nova Scotia, Ontario. Nova Scotia with the hammer.
And this is the force. Christina made a hit and roll towards the wings on her first one, but Rachel able to get to it and rolled under. No double. Well, if there is a double, you're sticking around anyways. So she's electing to play the draw. Needs full 8 foot.
Coming off an 88% game this morning in the tiebreaker against wildcard Laws, including that wonderful last shot to steal the win. A single there. Ontario leads it. Two 2-0 Manitoba leads in this page placement game over BC. 1 in the first, could have very easily been 3. Gave away a couple of points. Now they steal 1, and once again it is BC that has the last rock, playing the Yellowstones here in 3.
Top 8. Yep. Both of you. Yep, try and get it lost. Yep.
Long corner
hard,
up, and that's what
keep going.
BC will try to use. Well, he and his staff have been like Houdini this week because the ice, the weather has changed quite a bit. We got here, it was mild. There's no dehumidification in the building, and so they battled that early. Midweek, they decided because the ice was getting a little straight, rocks were getting a little dull, they sharpened stones, and then they sharpened them again on Thursday night. The colder weather has certainly helped now. And the ice, I think, Kathy, is to most curlers' liking.
Well, it is. And you know what? There are some tricky spots, but that is part of this game, is being able to decipher that and figure out paths. And I just feel that he has done a terrific job. He didn't go overboard when he sanded the rocks, and then he said, you know what, I think I need to do a little bit more. And I think for the most part, curlers would prefer that gradual than to do something that is so dramatic that you come out the next day and you feel like you're playing on different ice. And I really think that that role is detective. He has had lots to deal with this week, and he has done just a great job.
Yeah, I can't agree more. There are a couple tricky spots early and got soft in one of the night draws, but to sand the stones and have some of the curlers say, I don't think he sanded the stones,
That's unusual.
That's pretty incredible, because you can sand the stones and go from 2 feet of curl to 6, and the balancing act with the clipping the ice a little bit less and juggling that. And I'd say the last 2 days for sure, maybe all 3, it's been spectacular. And that's why you see the shot making like we witnessed this morning.
Yeah, it just speaks to how much he cares about providing the best surface possible, not wanting to push things too far, and then again putting in more effort. He would have been here at midnight doing that, and then back the next day for the morning draw.
Roll it off. Yep. Okay, Matt, good speed.
What was that, Jen?
5.
I think so.
Yep. 11.
That was 10. That was 10? 10 and 5. Okay.
Both games are on the outside sheets, closest to the stands and the crowd, and we know over the course of time that can affect a sheet of ice, the warm air coming off the people.
Easy. Yep. Gotta go. Hard. Yep.
Lindsay Dubé.
Hard. Really hard. 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 Hard, Kayla, go. Hard, Kayla. Hard. Hard, Kayla, you gotta go.
Well, you got a chance here to roll underneath, and we'll just glancing blow on the way by. That's what she struggled with the other day.
Didn't
Yeah.
hate that throw, just like where she goes.
Clancy had asked for an 11. That's the hog-to-hog time, which is probably a solid board kind of weight, and she timed it and said it was a 12.5. So just a straight under throw. When you throw that much less weight, the rock's just going to catch some more curl, and so she hit the broom, and that was great. But just the weight selection, not quite there.
Yeah, you don't get points for hitting the broom. You got to put that other half of the equation in there.
Yeah, and sometimes with those quiet weights, you're trying to manage your own adrenaline, the pressure of the moment, and you think, okay, I'm going to have to feel like I'm sliding a little slower, and it'll be the right weight. And that time, it was actually too slow.
Uh-oh. And now that just little late rub will straighten it out.
Good sweep. Nice sweep, Mac.
Really good.
I don't mind this for now.
Got a small half.
Huh?
I got half.
There's just not much good you can do this way. Sit right here.
Yep.
You could probably
What
throw
weight do
the
you like?
bullet off the back one and make the double.
5.
This works too. This is a very dangerous stone.
Very similar, I think, on this line.
I can't ignore these. They're all usable for Manitoba.
Early numbers suggest that Specie team needs to play a little better through the middle of the lineup. Both Dubé
12.
and Kayla McMillan to give Clancy Grandy a little bit of support.
11.5, big.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Close. Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. Good shot.
Still leaves the Manitoba stone shot rock.
The weight was good. Weight was good.
Okay, is the out-turn draw there? Is the out-turn draw there? No.
Yeah, it is.
I was kind of seeing the hit, but they just have the hit and roll behind the guard
Pretty
right now.
tight by that guard.
Okay, let's play the hit.
I think so.
Problem with the out-turn draw is the
I'm seeing
yellow
birds,
corner guard on the
just pick it
right-hand
up.
side of the screen. If you just get by that, the way that the rocks are moving at the end, the concern would be to crash on that red rock, top 12. So much late finish.
No. Lauren. Hard.
Carly
Really
Burgess.
hard, Lauren.
Go,
Clean, straight, clean, and pitch. Roll it.
Uh-oh. And
Tough on
little
Carly.
angle raise, and it'll spill into the open on that in-turn side, but can you get to it?
Oh yeah, you can get to it. A bad break there.
Yeah.
Well, to see a rock pick on a peel weight shot, too, that you don't often see that happen.
It must have gone a long way because it was wide, if anything, by the brushing call.
I mean, yes, if you chop off.
I don't think you can get there, Kayla. I think by the time you're by
This
the top
is
one, you're on the
ideal.
front one.
It doesn't really look like I can. That one's
It's
so
just
hard.
not.
It just looks like it's curling right onto it.
I mean, I guess you could play this.
Yeah?
How often does
Yeah,
that
that
happen
works.
where your own guard
It's just they're still doing that.
messes up your strategy?
Yeah, it just goes to the placement of lead rocks. That rock, they wanted it closer to halfway or tight
Can
to the
we-
rings.
Go that way, but
Not really. Especially because they have air.
okay, I think that's all we really have, so.
Do this.
No, I can't do that.
Okay, throw hot.
Yeah.
Similar.
So a little less than I just threw or the same?
Same.
Okay.
Problem with this one is the one they're hitting's going to go towards the button or stay there, which is not great either. There's no double here.
And yeah, and their shooter will be third shot, so Manitoba can have the open hit to lie 2. They can even get under the
Could-
center line situation.
Could you ignore it, Russ, and play the in-turn around both?
Yes, yeah, you could, Vic. Wow, you actually could. You could go around there for sure. But I think they're concerned about these dangerous rocks in the scoring area.
Keep going!
Hard.
Okay, now watch where that one goes. It doesn't go anywhere. And the shooter will hang on. Is it coming back?
I did touch this. Not sure if I moved it or not.
And it's not there
I didn't. Yeah.
for third shot.
No.
It's 1
No?
BC,
Fully
2-3
kicked it.
Manitoba.
No. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, just needed to curl. You can keep your room down here.
Rolling.
Yeah.
11.
Okay, I like it.
It's a defensive play by BC there for sure, because it was tough to do too much better than they did.
So good. Let's go, Jen.
Jennifer Jones
Weight's good.
Weight's good. Yep.
liked it out of her hand. Burgess,
Weight's good.
Clementine,
Weight's good. Yes. Yeah.
starting to go now. Here comes that their own stone. Get it by that one. They did across the nose. Oh, how lovely. Underneath and sitting shot wrong.
Yeah, make the freeze.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Do you want to try to top it at all?
If we can.
Those are the shots that separate the great from the good. This finesse, weight, perfect line, great sweep, fully undercover. That puts so much pressure now on Team BC.
Brilliant ice reading again.
Yeah, I think
It's for 3.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Set move for
Big shot here, Vic.
I know, just adjust from those ones last
Freeze
time.
is good,
Yeah,
but
half is
you
the
don't want to go
same.
down 3-0. If you could ever tap this on a bit of an angle and guarantee a score or a chance at 2.
I think you have to take a run at moving that
Yeah,
rock.
I would.
Jennifer Jones is just going to place a guard here.
Back 4.
Okay, stay close, Sarah.
Back 4. Okay, well then.
Whoa.
Back 8 can't be good. It's got to be lighter than that.
Close. Well, if you're heavy.
Back 12.
Back
on.
8. No. Sarah to bump it. Sarah, try to move it. Hard, girl.
Sarah Logan
Keep going,
trying to
keep
help it
going.
over now. They
Let him move it.
they
Go.
jumped this really late though, and they'll spin off.
It was good to move it.
Boy,
Yeah,
I thought
it
maybe
did.
they would. They were late to the brush,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Yep. Yeah, because it looked they all agreed it was heavy, and it looked wide enough that they could have started a little sooner.
Yeah, anywhere in the line is good.
Yeah.
Room's the guard.
Depends on the team and how they approach that carve. Some teams will wait for the rock to start to curl. They'll wait for that break point and then they'll try to increase that curl. Other teams will start trying to hack away at it before it starts curling. And it depends on what they see in their own testing and in the conditions throughout the week.
We guard.
Yeah.
It's just a line shot.
Okay.
Let's go, Jen.
What am I thinking? Speed here?
Normal
fast?
Normal arena.
Yeah.
It's not timing that, so it's timing faster than that. I'm going to give you a little bit more sweeping weight.
Okay,
just
that's
to
fine.
make sure.
Let's go. Yeah, Jen, let's make
A
it.
lot of teams would hit this and sit 4, but that lets BC off the hook. If you could lock one in the inside of that yellow, it's going to be an incredibly hard shot not to go down 4-0.
Line's
Pop
nice.
it. Pop up.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Get it to the button.
Yeah. Where? Hard.
They're saying down to it. Burgess, left, Clementine, right.
Whoa. Yes. Whoa.
Whoa. Really good, Jen.
To sit 2 without last rock.
What was that?
I think Jen wanted to actually tap the yellow and roll in. There's a little bit of room, and I think you can negotiate that yellow corner. And I don't think they have a choice.
Yeah.
Nice throw.
Yeah, they were hard for line. The sweepers were saying they were there the whole way, but had to stay on it to avoid crashing.
Just that little bump gives you a glimmer of hope here to make the freeze. Just get shot rock.
I've seen some curlers.
Just enough to tap it out of the 4-foot. Okay.
Would you ever risk
They thought
playing the
top 8
upweight
makes it
shot
better, but
down that
doesn't
intern
matter.
side,
Yeah.
just
I know what I mean.
Yeah.
papering both stones to get to shot rock or to make a little angle double as they're not shot there?
Yeah, you'd get one. You'd
Okay.
get the back one, Vic, but you wouldn't get the next one.
Now, this is a shot to score a point here.
Back 4. Wait a bit, Sarah.
Played really well.
Back 4.
In that tie-breaking win
Back 8.
over Quebec is going to need
Whoa.
that kind of number right here.
Close.
Got to get by the yellow first. Now Logan, there it is. Now have you got enough room? Here we go. Dubé joins her. Have you got this? Can you put it on the pin just like that, BC? Boy, you go down 4 donut, and that might be the game. Game saver, Grandy. Canadian women's curling title. It's Jennifer Jones' moment. Canada meet your Olympic women's curling team. A Scotties championship for Manitoba. And it's a win for the record books for Jennifer Jones and Manitoba. And Canada is your world champion. Jennifer Jones will go for gold again. Yeah, greatest of all time, and has a chance now to become the only player in history to win 7 Scotties, surpassing Pauline Jones and Jill Officer. And should she make the final, become only woman to play in 10 Tournament of Hearts finals. One better than her teammate, Jill Officer. What a great draw that was. Game saving by BC and Clancy Grandy as we welcome you back. These are the page placement games, both of them, on both sides of Sandman Center. And we go to 4. Once again, Manitoba has last rock, playing the Red Stones up 2-1.
We just come all the way around, no turn side. Yeah, make her deal with it.
Do you like? Yeah. What?
Yeah, or you could draw.
I can't hear you.
Sorry. Have you seen the outturn draw?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we just did that or that.
That's a great call, because that then allows you to kill that yellow if you have to. Right now, the reds are hurting the chances of moving that yellow.
Same way as last time, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Tap that red one dead on, then you're higher and there's space. Or right around. They might do that too.
Line's good. T-line. Little bit. There, Lauren. Line only. It's curling a lot. Hard line.
Back
line
four.
only. Back 8. Room. Whoa. We're good.
It's gotta sit.
Okay, Max. Okay.
And too deep.
Okay.
As it will slide to the center line back. 12 foot.
That's the faucet on the sheet.
First thought was like
Just weight sensitive in that spot. 4 or 5 feet later, that rock curls up.
you can
At least gets to the top red rock.
So similar weight?
Yeah, I thought the same.
Okay. I thought a hair more.
Little more.
Top okay, stay close for line.
Wait for it. Top 4.
Line's close.
Just for line.
Yep.
Little more weight.
Yep. You gotta hold the line. Hard. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Weight's good. Yep, we gotta keep the angle. Yep, we gotta keep the angle. Whoa. Good.
Nice play.
Good. Good sweep.
Well, we only hear from Kathy when there are points scored, so that's why we haven't heard from her. And so
no points scored.
No points scored. There you go. Blank on the board. Remains 2-1 Ontario. As they go on to the 4th.
Lead. Nice, Matt. Good.
Okay.
Just a 3.
So these are the page seeding games, and 2 teams will be eliminated here. And the winner of Ours will go on to play tonight against Kerry Anderson, the three-time defending champion. Hasn't been on the ice since yesterday morning. Make a note of the time, 9 Eastern time. As well, the winner of Nova Scotia, Ontario will play Krista McCarville from Thunder Bay, last year's runner-up.
Weights there, just for line.
Okay.
Tight. 3. Really tight.
Losing line here.
Almost in. Yeah.
It's a good angle there. You can see, watch this hook right across the center line at the end here.
Okay, great.
That's why that weight control on guards is so important. If that rock stops 6 feet earlier, it's in the perfect spot. Just go sideways more than forwards at the end.
Then their shot, they're probably coming around. Okay.
All right. Let's go. Right at it. You got a car?
Hard! Clean.
I saw her shove it, so I didn't think I should. To do what?
We might have to make a play on this one now.
Yep. Right on nose.
You could make this and leave your shooter there.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you like it with here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 10.
The decision time. They could have thrown another guard here, but you're always wondering when is Jennifer Jones going to ignore it and sit 2 and try to create a multiple scoring opportunity.
Straight back here. Could tickle the shot rock out of there too if you have to, but the shot rock's in a good spot for BC. Maybe get the back double would be really nice. Nothing wide here though. You cannot be wide.
Needs a little more help from her friends, does Clancy Grandy, including Kayla McMillan. Will run that straight back.
They carved that. They moved it.
That's 2 hits now that are moving a surprising amount with the carve today.
This one first. Okay. Heel. Yep. Which turn do you like?
All right, time to be paid here, Kathy. Ontario and Nova Scotia.
Well, the trouble began for Rachel Homan's team when Tracy Fleury was trying to remove a lock stone and hit it too fat. It scattered the 2 Nova Scotia stones, but didn't remove either. And then Nova Scotia doing a good job to remove. On her first stone, Rachel hit and rolled half under. Christina Black able to remove it. Rachel needs to get to the nose, cannot roll at all.
And she's been 100% on her 5 hits so far. And that's 100% for her through 6. And a 3-1 lead.
On our sheet, the double was made by Carly Burgess, but her shooter actually rolled out of the rings.
Yeah, just a little thinner. That red one stays like somewhere around there.
It's not splittable, is it? I think we got to throw some weight.
Okay.
Peel.
Looks pretty natural.
Okay. Just like the tiniest sliver low.
Hair high, if anything.
Well, it's a 2-1 game. Could very easily been a 4-0 game. Or if you take in the missed points earlier, could have been 7-0 game. But this is a game saver, no doubt. And it comes early in the 3rd.
No kidding. And it wasn't a natural shot. You had that windshield out there, the yellow one, so you had to throw more than draw weight. So that meant you had to scare the guard not to roll. Just beautifully managed.
Yeah, you hit that guard, you're the bug on the windshield. The key shot is brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together. Oh, can you hang around here? Gets the one to the back, and we'll lose one out to side.
They were trying to hit it center line side, which would have caused it, I think, to jam.
Good, Clancy.
They high-sided it on a little slightly accidentally, and that's what made it work. The yellow kicks the red more to the right by doing this and makes it easy.
Kayla totally forgot there was another rock behind
She makes the perfect roll. We'll play the run.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Turn down. We've had a couple picks here, so.
Okay. Throw good.
We haven't had, I can only think of one, somebody said under the breath that might have picked it during the week. I can't think of any.
No.
Hard! Hard! Solid! Yes! Hard! Really hard!
Jones there first, big scrub.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Watch out, and they'll bang it on the nose and sit there.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. Okay.
Ideally, leave it a hair on center line side so that.
Yep.
Just leave it a hair on center line side.
Okay.
Reason for that, Joe?
Clancy's going to try to take a run at this hit and roll to bury behind the corner, but she's saying, if anything, let's leave it poking out on the center line side. I've seen Jennifer Jones miss a few of these inside outs and haven't seen this line, so just forcing the opposition to a tougher shot.
If you roll right to the very edge, over roll, there might be a raise and roll in for 2.
Close. Yep.
Yep.
11.
Close.
Whoa.
Close.
Close.
Whoa.
Yep. Hard.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
No.
And there you go.
Okay, that's good.
How's that? You show her anything?
Good, Rock. Yeah. Like a 9.
It's
Just 7/8.
close to getting your 2 here.
Even like a, probably a 9.5 to. Okay. Yep.
That's for, they had good intentions.
Yeah.
If they stopped right here, which was the idea, stop it in that type of area, then obviously you can't possibly do it. But now there's a little bit of an angle. It's always a 90-degree angle, so it's something like that. If you throw it hard enough, and you heard them say they are going to, it's there. Wow, wouldn't that be something?
Chance of giving up a steal, too, though, if you hit it too thin.
Yes. Yeah.
Weight's good.
Raise.
Yes.
Spill the shooter.
Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
And drives it by now. Will this go? And there you go, to your point. To your point, Joe. And it'll, did it stop?
You're good. One red.
And have a look. Looks like it may have just ground in, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, one red.
1 red it is. Wow, that close. From trying to go up 4-1, you
I like the throw. It just kind of went.
end up getting just the single. 3-1. They could have been way in front by now.
Sorry, Lauren.
Okay.
3-1, Manitoba leads us as we welcome you back to Kamloops on this Friday afternoon. Page placement games, as they're called. 2 teams will move on, 2 are eliminated. But if you're Manitoba at this point in time, you're thinking to yourself, how many points have we left on the ice? A couple in the first, certainly. Had a chance there. Just barely got one. I mean, it could be very close, 6 or even 7-1.
Yeah, this is one of those games where if you're Team BC, they're not performing to their liking at this point. And if you look at the scoreboard, hey guys, we're only down 2. If they can score a multiple point this end and go into the break tied, that gives them all the opportunity in the second half of this game. You have to imagine their new team, it's their first time at the Scotties, but now they've had a chance to settle in, and the game is still within reach.
Oh, for sure.
And up go a couple of corners from BC as Manitoba sits the shot rock on the lid and covered.
Get over curl.
Get over, curl, guys.
Over and up. Hard clean. Over and up. We've lost line.
Oh,
It's
that's
gone.
really hooked.
Okay, Mac. My fault. Nice toss.
Nice weight.
What's she accepting blame for?
Not enough ice.
Okay.
I think that's what she was saying
I
there.
don't mind that, actually.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, yeah.
The long guards are really tricky on the arena ice with the
Yeah.
textured rocks because you let it go a little softer. Sometimes you're sliding out so slow the rotation drops. The break point's earlier because you barely let it go, and it starts curling early. You have to take a lot of ice for those.
Yeah, it's usually that, or sometimes you have to tighten up the broom because the rock doesn't travel as far past the hog line. It's tough to guess which side of it you have to be on for those long guards.
Similar speed.
I'll give you more.
Speed. Yeah.
So there you go. More ice.
As the thrower, now Mackenzie has to go wider, so it might be a little faster. But again, you look really silly if you hog this rock. You'd rather be 2 feet too heavy than 2 feet too light.
Yeah, you gotta go to speed.
Burgess.
Needs to sit if you can.
Okay, we're good.
We're over curling again,
It's curling too.
It looks. I think you're over. Good, Mac. Nice.
And they are.
Sweep.
Yeah. Got a good angle to make it.
Just the high one, or would you, considering what you're saying about those guards, are the BC guards in a good spot?
Yeah, the corners are in pretty good spot.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. But and you're right, to be able to utilize them, you got to make this double.
Girl, a hair.
And the shooter will go.
I would venture to say those corner guards are a little bit higher than what BC would want. If they happen to have to draw to the middle again, they're going to be in the peripheral vision of that draw to the center line.
There's a good angle. I think we play it one more time. Otherwise, it's just hard to chisel and roll. A little bit, for line. Yep. Keep it up there.
Hi.
Okay, got
Carly
it.
Burgess.
Clean.
A little deeper than Max.
Heart clean.
Hard
Heart clean. It needs to stop.
Little deeper.
If this over curls, you might see BC try to make
Nice
the
spot.
run back on the tight guard.
Good.
I just don't want to leave that like a rock on the hog line.
Jen.
I don't know if we can roll on.
What do you like?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. I think if we make it, it's good. Okay.
One more time with the peel.
You got it.
And it's a long one. That's obviously the more distance, the tougher it gets.
They're so tough. There's a slight angle, but still, if you're close and you over curl here, you could bonk it right on the nose.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, no. Shooter.
And all the way through, and then rolling that over again. So they're piling them up on the wings.
It's hard to
Shot
make.
rock still under cover, belongs to Manitoba without the hammer.
Good throw.
So unable, if you're BC, wanting to dictate, wanting to lead, all you're doing is chasing.
Yeah, and that just speaks to the style of play for Jennifer Jones. They went centerline guard and around. BC put up the 2 corners. And Jennifer is happy to have junk in the middle, throw up that long guard.
And you're right, and you don't need 2 corners. That's
Straight across.
asking for trouble, and that's what they've got.
Little bit. Yep.
When you teach our clinics, and we're mostly to the high-end club curlers, you have to say to yourself, how many times are you going to make that double peel? Now, we've got some elite players out here, but we haven't seen any of them made.
Yeah.
Now they're forced to playing around the button.
To Manitoba's credit, they've played 4 high guards perfectly in a row. That weight control is impressive. This is a huge game. The pressure is on.
This is less ice.
And having that really slow speed dialed in is impressive.
To freeze or move it a little.
Yeah, I don't mind a hair less. Or
Just thinking a little less ice, that's all.
So, Russ, just because it is this game of chess, if you're Manitoba, you've thrown up the nice guards, but will you come to regret it if they put this in the right spot. I mean, you could have, if you're Manitoba, with Burgess last, gone in yourself.
Yes, very true. You really could have, because this gives BC a chance with an incredibly good throw here to put heat on Jennifer. Yes, you could have.
But you got to get it there first. They tightened up the ice. They tightened up the ice, and then crushing will get them there. Now can you get it down to it? And then look at that. They curl underneath. Shot rock still belongs to Manitoba.
Like that came through us. Gotta go hard.
Just straight light out of the hand. Rusher's doing everything they can here to drag it, but just a couple feet too short.
That's kind of in the story of the game. 4 or 5 of those freezes or freeze bumps, they've been really close, but very little value. Just that little bit short every time.
Well, except for that one they desperately needed, I guess, in 3,
yes.
right?
Yeah, Jen. Let's go, Jen.
It's the strategy is really all about odds. Like I think Jennifer was saying, I'll throw the second guard because they've got to play this soft, delicate tap, and they haven't been making them all. It's paid off for Jennifer. If they make that perfect, Jennifer's going, why did I throw a second guard? You have to just guess at what the other guy's going to do, and that'll keep you up at night.
Numbers have come down, throwing a 100% game through the first 3.
Halfway, it's gonna overcurl a bit. It needs to stop. Clean it. Okay, we're just high. 2.
All right, Kathy, let's go in here. 1, 2. Looks like they're sitting 2 behind cover. That's Ontario, Nova Scotia with the hammer.
Well, 2 big things back to back. Facing 2, Tracy Fleury made a perfect freeze to count, and then a hogline violation by Jen Baxter really switched the momentum from Team Nova Scotia to Team Homan. Christina tried a double on her first, just got 1, and that allowed Rachel Homan to wrap that guard a second time. Lies 2. This is a draw, needs the hearts.
5. Go hard then. Where? 5. Hard then.
63% on her draw so far.
8.
Here's Christina Black out of the Dartmouth Curling Club. Shelley Barker, Carly Everest. Need that white. Need the hearts. Just like that, and sit down and come back. Oh, I think she's got it.
It could be.
I think she's got it, Kathy. What do you think?
I think so.
I don't know.
That last little spin, gear effect. Oh, look at that. That's a big shot by the skipper to get themselves out of trouble. And they'll, great shot. Black gets the single.
Talk about big shots. We had one at the same time on the other side of the building. From a long way away.
Look at this. Bang. Get out of there.
That's what we've seen from Clancy Grandy. She makes 5 or 6 highlight reel shots a game with the strategy that they use. That was outstanding.
But how that turns that around.
You got it, Jen.
Sure, there's lots to go and come around if you're Manitoba, but suddenly BC is sitting 1.
Yeah.
And out so far, Russ, you couldn't go after shot rock, huh?
Yeah, I think you can. Right now, you mean? Yes, I think you could. You think you could, but that's not Jennifer's style. She loves to draw. She's had a few reps down the middle here. Back 4-ish, back 8 on one the last end, but that'll give her the feel. So she's not afraid to sink this. If you bury this, it's extremely hard to get it out.
Final stone. Might be looking at another run back. Depending on where this ends up.
Got to get off the corner.
Boy, here it comes. Here it comes. And they won't get through. What a turnaround in this end. Terrific run back with her first.
Didn't curl like my first one, yeah.
That's wild.
Nice. Sorry, guys.
And Clancy Grandy now will have a chance for 2.
Yeah.
The weight was perfect on that. Just did not curl at all.
No. Yeah, whether it was an outward pop or just
Didn't mind your speed.
Sorry.
maybe a foot or 2 heavier would make a difference too.
But here, I mean, this is uncharted out here, isn't it? Look, I don't think we've seen a brush out this wide in the event.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree, other than a few hits. But I'm guessing it's still going to be pretty good here.
So I'm thinking we can be close
Around
to
there,
that.
like a 14.5 even.
Yeah.
Like 14.
They might be able to use their own rock for backing.
5 ends of foot traffic out here too. You're sliding back and forth when you're going down the other end to sweep. So they should be able to get this here with almost normal.
And look at that, just 56% on her 4 draws, and now
Line's good.
going where no woman has gone before in this game.
Line's good.
Anywhere though, in the paint will do.
14.3 should be good.
Boy, she's carried this team on her back. BC and the fans here in Kamloops love it. We're going to the break. We're tied at 3.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Home Hardware. Here's how. And by PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada.
We were eavesdropping. Nicholas Edin saying to the team, okay, we're a little fortunate here. We're tied. The game starts right now. As we check the numbers after 5.
Yeah, and really, Clancy Grandy has been on fire. She makes a game-saving draw in the 3rd end to avoid giving up a steal, and then a beautiful clearing shot on her first. Puts them back in the game with a score of 2. They're being outplayed right now by Team Manitoba, but we have a tie game here.
Yeah, Grandy has them on her back. The numbers after 5 are brought to you by PointsBet Canada, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. There's Glenn Howard, and yeah, she knows. When you consider the number of points that they left on the ice, and to be tied 3-3, have to be disappointed. Championship weekend has started here in Kamloops, and the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship, 2 page placement games. They are sudden death, and in the other one, it is Ontario up by 1 on Nova Scotia. Here's Kathy.
And it really is a little bit of an unsettled Nova Scotia team. You saw that great shot by Christina Black to get to the Hearts. The opportunities in this first 5 have been all for Rachel Homan. And then all of a sudden in about 4, Nova Scotia stepped up. But Tracy Fleury made a terrific freeze. And then the struggle was that hog line violation. But Tracy Fleury, that's the edge. I said that matchup would be at 3rd. She is at 80% to Jen Baxter's 68.
And keeping an eye on it for us, Kathy, for the rest of it as they've started now. They're into the second half. Ontario leading there 3-2 as we welcome you back. My goodness. 3-3. As I mentioned, Nicholas Edin said to the BC team, all right, we're a little fortunate here. And the game starts now. One of the other things he said, Joe, was they aren't punishing Manitoba for their mistakes. When they put up those guards, Manitoba, they were over curling. And he was suggesting, go get them now. Go after them now, rather than just peel them.
Yeah, and forcing our opposition to be precise. That tight guard was the real problem rock there. They're over curling on the high one, leaving it fully exposed. Remove that one from play, then shot rock is available.
Sure.
And you only have 1 guard to deal with.
Look at the shot Clancy Grandy made on her first one to probably stay in the game, and managed to get a 2 out of it somehow.
She's made 2 game savers already this game, and it's only been 5 ends.
Yeah.
That's the issue, though, in curling. If you're asking your skip to make game savers every other end, eventually they're going to miss one. And that's what Team Manitoba is thinking. Okay, let's keep putting pressure on them. And eventually Cinderella turns into a pumpkin.
Well, and Kayla McMillan, again, with that advantage of listening. She knows she's not helping. And she said to Nicholas Edin, yeah, we've got to set it up for her, make our shots. And then she doesn't have to throw those Hail Marys.
Yep. You got to rub off. Yep.
Now, 2 of the most, 2 teams that have played a lot on tour. Manitoba, 12 times, 10 events for British Columbia. These are the times they have met in the course of the Bonspiel season. And it's Grandy dominating.
good ad. You can wait. Line's closed.
Both teams had the same strategy going into this year. Team Jones, 89 games played. Team Grandy, 81 games. That is a ton of games together.
Yep. Hard. 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 Hard.
Keep going.
The Manitoba with last rock, laying the
This might be that side a little bit.
redstone, so they are.
Turn, are you seeing?
That one came down a bit. Talking about it being maybe a hair slower on that side.
An 8.
Sets up a pretty simple double here to clean things up.
Mackenzie Zacharias.
No. Close. Yes. Whoa. No. Whoa. Curl.
Out, run it back, tap, and around they go.
Nice call.
That's a line call, huh? That's experience.
Yeah, Mackenzie seems to have really settled into that second position. It has to be so hard to move from being skipped your whole life, where you play every shot, it's pretty much all or nothing, to now being a second where you have to get something out of each shot. If you're going to miss, you have to miss on the right way to give your team a chance to work on those setup shots.
But I think she has said it, and I've heard others say it. If you're going to be playing shots that are more skip-like, that would be at the second position, Russ.
Yeah, no credit. Now that with the 5 rock rule, these back in the day, it was all they did was hit, and yeah, you got to be able to make everything. Just about any position now, but not sure I love this call.
Okay,
they'll come around.
Leaves Jennifer's 2 rocks out front.
Kathy?
Well, the one thing that I would add to the Mackenzie Zacharias picture is that when they started their rotation, they were moving Mackenzie in and out of the order as well. And sometimes she would be in the house, sometimes Lauren would be in the house. And since they've made the change that Mackenzie stays in the game and is in the house with Jen, I feel like she's embraced that quasi-skipping role a little bit. And it's really fed through the order into her shot making as well.
I mean, those all-important skip stones, she's the one.
10.
She's in the house for the 2
Yes.
Jones stones. Big scrub here. And they'll
Nice
get
call.
it, run it straight back, and leave the guards out in front. Great spots for those.
Really good.
It really is, Vic. And we talk about BC being aggressive, but you got to be careful too. And they've got a lot of work to do here now to get out of this. 2 red guards that are extremely raisable from in that tight. And you're now drawing without a hammer here. You got to be pretty good here. This red one's coming back again.
And this is a big test for Kayla McMillan. 78% as we play here in 6. Knowing, too, that she has to help the skipper a little bit.
Top 8.
Grandy at 80%. And one of the best 80% you're going to see with 2 brilliant shots to keep them in it.
Easy, guys. Where's just top 8? Lindsay's rock.
Sweepers pick this rock up right out of the hand.
Yep, Lindsay.
I think we leave it high.
Yep.
And they'll leave a top edge. So 3 and 4 belong to BC.
Tricky spot on the sheet. If you sweep it early, it just kills the line. Never curled enough. The weight was pretty close.
I think that's,
Let's freeze. That was a 5.
Full 8.
Can I play this hole on the intern now?
Hindsight being what it
Get
is.
both.
Would you have ever thought, Russ, of maybe
What'd you have him?
getting rid of one of those guards, particularly the center line guard, and leave yours there
Yes.
to run up?
A couple shots ago,
Yeah.
it's when they probably needed to do it. Now, things can still work out here, but Jennifer smells blood here now. If they can lock this on the inside, they've got 2 raises.
Whoa! Can't tap. Clean. Yep. Top 8. Yes! Hard!
Did they leave it too long? Yeah, it took off on them.
Wow, that would have been gold.
There's been a few rocks jump on this side of the sheet. We saw it with 2 takeouts. So that's the first draw. If the brooms are up, just might be a little bit patchy over there.
A little bit of air.
Okay. Just not sure if you
Chisel
can
it.
straight draw there, but try and kind of get it in as thin as you can.
Okay.
I mean, even if you, for now,
You
do
want to
that,
get to
I
the
think.
inside. If you have to tick your
Throw
own, so
back
be it.
4.
Okay.
Another big shot here.
Oh, it's just
It's all about putting your BC stone between shot rock and the rays.
Yes, yes, exactly. You get it between the two yellows. Tough to do, though.
They'll need to find some curl past the guard,
Back
but they
four,
have to
back
throw
8.
some extra weight.
Back 8.
Oh, little heavy.
Back 8. Back 12. Back 12. Sarah.
Loken just starting to hold this up a little bit.
Sarah. Back 8. Hard.
Get them off their own. They rub and roll, and wow, didn't get to where they want, but that's
Yeah,
the
13-6.
in between the possible rays.
Like back 8. Yeah, we just
That
have
extra
to get
weight,
low.
they just ran.
She just served 3.
Yeah, and they were trying to play the wick off the red, but still didn't quite curl enough for that.
Yeah, they brushed it to keep it straight. I was surprised.
13-6.
Pretty good miss. At least it's out usable.
There's more accelerating throw as well. Of course.
You might be able to come off that red later, depending on where this roll goes to.
That was there.
Close.
I like that.
Little
Yep,
heavy.
wait, yep.
Yeah, back 12. Whoa. Oh, no, no.
Heavy back line.
No, then. Hard on the curl.
Go.
Hard on the curl. Hard. You gotta
Zacharias.
go. Hard. Hard.
Go, 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 go.
No roll.
Oh, and rolling underneath. And look at that, sitting
My
three
fault,
as they're
Harley.
just piling them in there now.
This all started when they ignored the front.
Good sweep.
Jennifer's saying that they overcooked it. The carve is seeming to be very effective on this side of the sheet. They wanted that rock to stop a little bit earlier.
I was scared.
Ooh, still don't know what she does though.
We could.
Yeah. I mean, if you're seeing the draw, I'm good with it. There's some other options.
Just because we can get second.
Yeah. And then you'll always have this on your next one if we need it.
Yeah.
Want to call a time?
Sure.
Okay.
You could probably run the red-yellow if you got that perfect. You could certainly make a double.
Like we're still
So while BC has called time, let's go over to Nova Scotia, Ontario, and the final stone coming up, Rachel Holman.
And she's being forced. She faced 3 on her first. She made a double and rolled nearer to the Nova Scotia stone, but Christina Black hit it and rolled back almost underneath, but it is mostly open for Rachel. No other option unless she wants to draw out of the hearts. So looking for the nose hit.
Both teams curling 86%.
It's really light. Sarah clean. Sarah clean. Curl.
Wilkes
Clean. Sarah clean. Sarah clean.
on the brush, and the calmness of Tracy Fleury in the house. A little more panic from Holman. They pick up a single, 4-2. Ontario leads it.
Looks like the in-off. I can see the coach suggesting this because he's made a living making these.
Skip Stones. Clancy Grandy.
Whoa. Whoa. Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. All right, Sarah.
No, no,
Whoa,
no.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Anything? Nothing.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Just thinking my inside out ones are going to curl more.
Again,
But if she makes
you know,
it, it's that whole end. But if she
normal
makes
takeout
that,
weight makes what she wants there.
you try to make it.
You have to whip it.
What do you guys like? Here? That was my first thought, but it's just so precise.
I don't hate this. Like it takes it away, even if we're just not all the way over.
To roll into this guy, but it still is the same.
I think she's gonna play it again regardless of the situation.
Yeah, and if I go here, it's
Yeah,
gonna
it just takes
screw
away
us
like
up.
that.
Just hit and roll.
Yep. Yep.
9.
Yeah, I like that. I like the hit and roll. Pretty flat. Hit and roll. She's playing it with again regardless. And if we're light, it's even worse.
Okay.
Yep. We can roll right into our red.
Absolutely the right call here. If you roll in
If
and
I draw there, it takes it away, but it's just like
So
I've got about a foot to work with, not even.
I like this.
Jennifer's going to throw a ton less weight than
make it
BC attempted.
Kind of weight.
Roll into the pile, take your chances.
I do.
Even if you leave a double, you're still drawing the 4 foot for 3.
Like it won't be light.
Okay.
The top red is like higher than the yellow beside it.
You got it, Jen. Let's make it. Put some pressure on her.
Yeah. Just want to make sure the side yellow stays where it is.
Feel almost.
8.
Whoa.
Solid. Curl.
It's more weight than they talked about
Yeah,
throwing.
I think so. I was going to say, this isn't much different than what we saw from Grandy. Uh-oh.
Okay.
And they'll kill one of their own. Still sit 3.
It's actually better.
Yeah, that's good.
What if you crack that red onto the yellow, onto the 3 reds in the rings, in the blue?
I'm with you, Beck. I like that a lot. Just straight back, get that onto there. There's a if there's speed involved here. Now here's where you do need the speed. You should be able to make that double. I don't think that red one will ever glide through here.
It's close to nose.
Okay.
What do you?
Turn.
You were surprised, you said, Joe, by the weight of her first.
Oh, she just said to Mackenzie that she was going to throw a 9, which is a normal weight, and out of her hand, the sweepers yelled 8, which is 8 seconds hog to hog. That's more of a easy peel kind of weight, so just overthrew, but still worked out reasonably well for Team Manitoba.
Well, she's made a couple of game savers already, and one more here. Can she pull out some more tricks? Watch this. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, and not far enough. And they'll still have their chance for 3, Manitoba. You think it's close?
It actually spun out, that red one. Just watch this. Well, great shot to begin with.
Side red just leaves the 4 foot.
And the yellow raised rock actually tapped that yellow up an inch.
Look at that. So it'll be a draw for 2. Good eyes.
Like quarter in the 4.
Yep. Okay.
I would think BC is just about as happy as
Jen. Let's go, Jen.
Manitoba with this result.
Again, looking at a possible 4 when we got to skip stones.
Absolutely. So a good piece of the 4 foot.
Weight's good.
Mine's nice. All you guys.
It's not light.
Not curling.
It's close. Can't.
Clementine, Burgess.
Carve it.
Now trying to help it over a little bit. They need the full. They need full 4.
Good, Jen.
Nice shot, Jen.
And that will work for 2.
That would be half
The
for us.
amount of points, the gifts, as Joe called them, that Manitoba has given Grandy. BC still in it. Manitoba with 2 and 6 means they take a 5-3 lead. On this Friday afternoon here in Kamloops, the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. So BC with last rock attempted to put the corner up and just put it into the top of the 12, and so take out by Manitoba. Second chance now for Sarah Loken. Centerline guard already put up by Manitoba. But by our count, 5 points, minimum 5 points that Manitoba has left on the ice.
16. Okay, good.
That has to bug Jennifer Jones. She's been on fire this week, and she's such a competitor. Their team is playing, they're all playing BC, and the scoreboard is a lot tighter than it should be right now.
Poppy! A little bit for lines. Good.
Speed's good. Line only.
Okay, line's good. Top court.
Oh, you're minimum.
You gotta go. Just line.
Line
Carly Burgess.
Gotta go.
Now Lenentine out in front.
We're going to come out the other side. Looks pretty good to me. No.
Good.
Nice back.
Nice.
Good.
What was that?
And out the other side, they come a little bit anyway, sitting for shot rock, top 4.
Comes
The
the
other corner.
second corner again. I don't know.
No. Okay. I think we do this.
You don't need a lot of corners to get a 2.
Yeah, and the problem is we saw the 2 corners go up in the 5th end, and there was never an opportunity to use them because this Team Jones is so good with their rock placement.
Oh, it was looking like a steal that end, the whole, other than Clancy's unbelievable run back double.
Down if you're close.
Just a little higher than the
down
red
if you're
one.
close. You're running through all the gripper marks.
Yep,
You like
yep,
this
yep. Hard.
this game plan,
Okay,
Joe?
that's good.
Putting the corners on either side, both sides.
You have options. Since that corner guard on the left-hand side of the screen is tight to the rings, they could have put a high guard on top of it. So that's called stacking the corner guards, or you can split them. Teams will play together and look at their game tape and see which option generates more scores of 2 for them. I prefer seeing those corner guards stacked to one side of the sheet because it leaves the button open on the other side of the sheet.
Too high. That's too
So if
tight.
trouble happens, there's always that side to draw to still score your 1 point.
Yeah, we saw it earlier, in fact, that
Just tight.
the guard got in the way of a possible draw. Now can they wrap this around here? Big scrub again.
Keep going.
Staying with it. Oh, thank you. Say thank you very much. What a great brush.
I should have just made the call.
Burgess, Lenentine.
Nice call, Jen.
That side's definitely more curl.
Look at the intensity
just
here.
a foot or 2 slower here.
Keep going. Go.
Very nice.
It's close.
Another aggressive
A
play.
little big.
Trying to hit the top one thin with like a hack weight and roll underneath the corner.
Hard.
Lindsay Dubé.
Hard.
McMillan.
Hard.
Now, will you catch anything here?
I think so.
Sit.
And spinning and finally stopping. So they've got one on the edge of the 12.
12-6. Yeah, good call. We're 3. Guard.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Carl.
Halfway?
Feels normal.
Yeah, halfway's good.
Okay. It's normal here.
Halfway, 4 feet.
Halfway.
Line's tight.
I like
Clean
halfway
it.
tight.
No.
Tight.
No, it's heavy.
Tight. Speed's good.
Speed's nice. Halfway tight. Clean it. It needs to sit, but clean on the straight.
Halfway.
We're too high, guys. But it's too late. It's too late.
Ball.
Okay, that's good. Good.
Is it too high, do you think, Russ?
Yeah, yes and no. You can chase that top of that one right there, and they can, especially with BC, they like to play that soft finesse weight like they just made beautifully. So, yes, it's too high because of this call, but it's not too high if you cannot make the run double, or sorry, the straight double because the guard's in the way. This is a really, really big finesse shot here. If you can kick this and get it out of the rings and roll buried, Jennifer's got a decision to make.
And a very nice shot with her first one. Kayla McMillan.
13. Weight's good. Hard.
Really hard.
Hard.
Shade
Hard.
swingier on this side.
Hard.
Stay on it.
Watch that center line because that guard's going to come up pretty quickly here. And they're going to be all over it.
Right over.
Now you got a couple of
Okay.
guards on both sides. A little overlap on that right.
Stay tighter, guys. Same weight, Car. We'll just sweep it.
Same weight. We'll sweep it a little more.
Is this the same ice? Yeah. Okay, I like it.
So similar to 2 ends ago where kind of skipped themselves into a mess here. Yeah, I get the idea of being soft and rolling in, but you've got to deal with the ones down the middle here. I bet Carly won't allow that to happen. Just a nice long guard
A
here.
bit more room here. We're on
More weight. Good.
Line's good.
Thinks it's a little hot out of her hand.
Halfway. Got it, curl, Mac. Line's good. Sweep for speed.
It's really tight. It's got a curl.
Clean it.
Tight. Tight.
Clean it. Line's great. Weight's great.
Whoa, needs
Got
to
to curl a
sit.
bit. Yep. 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 Yep.
Oh, there now. Did they get over enough?
No. No.
Talk about the depth on these guards. That one just stopped before they expected it to. They thought they were a little bit tighter than that. Another foot, and that's perfect. But now, opportunity for BC. They have a couple of guards to roll behind on the right-hand side of your screen.
Not quite as quick on that on the crowd side, is it?
Oh, that surprised them.
I'm only talking a couple of feet, but that makes a big difference on a.
Close.
You're trying to make a perfect guard.
5. Yep. 13. Weight's good.
It's not heavy either.
Yep.
McMillan.
Whoa. Yep. 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 Hard,
Loken.
Sarah. Whoa.
Now, where's this roll going to go? And right underneath.
Right out, right out.
Brilliant.
So they are 2 and 4 at the moment. BC shot rock, not undercover, belongs to Manitoba.
What a great shot. Pushes it far enough to stay second and gets the roll.
Really good.
Just outstanding weight control.
You were in there, really. So, like, tolerance. So, like, in the house? I like in, but.
Only option here for Jennifer Jones is to draw in here and sit second. They'd like to get half buried around the rock on the center line.
I don't mind her chasing shot rock.
Yeah. Let's go, Jen. Yeah, Jen.
I think speed should be similar here.
Agreed.
Interesting comment. She doesn't mind if it's over buried because they can chase shot rock, but then she's second shot locked in behind that center guard.
If it's me, I prefer the Christmas tree.
Right.
Partially open and partially covering.
It looks like Ontario is sitting 1 and 2. Final stone coming up, Nova Scotia, the team from Dartmouth, and Christina Black.
Well, 2 really big shots by Rachel Homan in this end. Made a really tough cross-house double to take away the potential for 2 from Nova Scotia. Christine Black went around, and on her final stone, Rachel came down and tapped it back. And so this is the force looking for a piece of the forefront.
Full force. Line straight's really curling, guys. 15-1. Really curling.
Can't hurt it.
Really curling.
That's great.
Lovely.
Nice try, girls.
For the single, you know, we talk about conversion rate,
Great judging. It
getting
felt very
2 or more
similar.
with the hammer.
faster to the
Nova
wing.
Scotia has not converted their last 6 times with the last rock.
Roll to like
Perfect spot for Jennifer there.
same way I did.
Yeah.
Can't get to the inside. You can roll behind the corner, but you're probably not shot rock. See- Yeah, there you go.
Is there a hole on that left side between that yellow and red to get through?
I guess, but I don't think it would do you much good. You just kind of tick off that top one. It's just a perfect spot on that one.
If we roll big, though, I don't think it's the end of the world, as long as we stay sitting second, third.
Okay.
Or, like, staying out
Yeah.
inside. Same weight as what Kayla threw.
Yeah.
Weight's good. 12 hard. They're more than yours.
Clean.
Whoa, Linz.
Oh.
Linz. Lindsay.
Bigger. Clean. Sarah.
That's Lindsay Dubé.
Clean.
And Loken.
Sarah. Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
No, you're rolling
Whoa.
a bit too big.
Whoa.
And rolling, and they will not sit.
Good.
Well, it spins back. That's the shot stone, though. Center line, top 8, behind cover.
Good. Yeah.
Here, do we freeze?
Almost stuck around for shot
Yeah.
there.
Crazy.
What do you guys like? Go around everything or freeze here?
Either.
My first thought, my gut feeling was the freeze.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Even if
I like
we
it.
rub off, it's almost
Yeah.
the same. Just got to make sure we don't over curl here.
Yeah.
Freeze is the best result, but Jen doesn't know that as well as that out-turn draw.
Same speed.
I don't think we've seen any draws to the wing this whole game. We've seen
You're
corner
right.
guards in play, but they haven't been able to use them. The important thing for Jennifer Jones is to sit second shot.
We talked about the left side being just maybe 2 feet slower. So if she doesn't make that adjustment, this could be 2 feet heavy.
We've also seen in our game's second half that speed to the wing has been lightning fast. Lots of heavy misses earlier this week.
Probably just
Not good.
Same weight here, so.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is fairly tight.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
T-line. Speed's good.
Line's
Push
good.
to it.
Yes!
Boy, they got her early. Really early. Burgess and Lenentine. Big scrub for them. Really huge scrub. Get it by their own first. Oh, they did. Now, can they hold this up? No, don't freeze. It'll roll to the middle. And is that the out now for BC?
Good, yeah.
Speed is nice. Yeah.
Not really. Great scrub there. That jumped on her.
No panic out of the hand, but about 20 feet out of her hand, it started to curl. The sweepers did well to manage that line.
So that's back 8.
That would have overcurled by a mile.
There's one really like
Yeah, and it had tons of weight. Might have been heavy. It just jumped.
This rock curled the whole way down the sheet. You see the maximum pressure here, especially the sweeper closest to the rock. It's going to hold that line.
Like that was probably through the rings.
And that's why in this game it is so important to have Lauren Lenentine in front of the rock. She is the strongest, most powerful brusher on the team. Made a difference.
So straight draw and 65% so far. Could you not play the intern on that stone just thrown and roll towards the floor?
Yes, you could, Vic. You really could.
Close. Stay close for line. Yep. If
Again.
you can, line.
Throwing it against 2.
Line.
We can go for both.
Gotta go.
Hard.
Gotta go.
Hard.
Watch the rub and the roll. Watch the rub and the roll. There it is. Gonna get the top. Oh, you 2 again. Clancy Grandy has been a miracle worker, considering what she has been facing. And just enough to spill in and grab the top edge. So it's a 1-point game. Manitoba leading BC on this Friday afternoon. 2 placement games for the Page playoffs. 2 of the teams of the 4 on the ice will be eliminated. Here in the 8th, it'll be Manitoba once again with last round playing the Red Stones. One of the few mistakes we've seen from Lauren Lenentine is with her first, she went deep and finally stopped back 12 center line as it got behind that guard.
Hard, 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 hard. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, well, this is I think relates to what Nick Godin said in that 5th end break. You know, they make some mistakes. We have to take advantage. We need to punish them. And so this is part of it. They've gone deep, and now we're going to go.
Pretty good ad.
Yeah, when you get an opportunity like this against Jennifer Jones, this shot has to be made. Put some pressure on them, and they'll have a ton of work to do.
T, top
We want to be on T. Sarah's rock.
That rock at the top of the rings, Lauren Lenentine's second rock, almost acts like a third guard.
Sarah, finish.
And back they'll go 2.
Hard, Sarah, hard, Sarah. Good. Okay.
Back edge of the 4.
Good. Good pair.
Probably just the one.
A storm is coming. A new episode of 911 Lone Star. Tuesday at 8, 9 Mountain, only on CTV.
Yep.
Really hard. Roll it.
And rolling it away, Mackenzie Zacharias going after the high one.
Good.
I think so. I think we go around.
Sarah's
like
guard. First one's high enough, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give it to us.
Make it. Yeah.
I like it.
Liked it out of her hand. Lindsay Dubé.
8 top 4. Yep. Okay. Not heavy.
Trying to tuck it a little more this time.
Just
We'll have to be fully buried, top button here.
Okay, we're freezing the top one.
We gotta go still.
Tight.
Plan B.
Gotta go.
Gotta go still.
Yeah, we need space.
Hard.
Yeah, the more space, the better.
Hard.
Drag it, Kayla. Go, you got it.
Hard, Kayla, go.
Go, go, go. Okay, good sweep, guys.
Sweet. Sorry,
That
guys.
works.
Maybe try to make noise.
Good sweep.
Do you like that? Yeah.
Yellow, yellow, red would be exactly what Jennifer's looking for.
That's okay. Just open it up.
These are the difference makers right here. If you can connect on this, all of a sudden Manitoba is fully in control of this end.
Really good. Pretty
Trying to make some noise. Mackenzie Zacharias. Staying with it. Lenentine makes some noise. Bang, bang. And then, oh dear, just leaves them there.
That's the problem with those shots. You almost wish you missed by more.
Yeah,
She
you-
was so close to making that, but now that's a really tough result to deal with.
Yeah, the tolerance was wide there.
But it's hard to
It is.
throw
Oh,
the
sure.
tolerance on a run back like
Yep.
that. Like that stays a little bit straighter and it's perfect.
When it was freshish.
But 3 opportunities. This is the 3rd opportunity to get a rock in a good spot for BC.
Here we are in the 8th, and I think this is the first time that Manitoba's actually chasing.
And that all comes down to lead rock placement.
Okay.
Lauren Lenentine slid deep on her first, went back 12, and then light on her second.
It's not going to be quick here.
Top 12 tight. Stay on it.
Just tight.
Stay on it.
We're just to it.
Yeah, stay on it. We're trying to.
We're not bouncing.
Stay with us. Don't line it up.
Curl.
Over curl it if anything.
Okay. Okay.
You'd want to go yellow, red, yellow. BC's just been a hair on the light side, which is normally the way to miss shots, but that was quite a bit light.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Carly Burgess now.
No. Okay. That's good.
And
Good.
we'll do that. That's some noise. Gets rid of a couple.
I think we gotta go there.
Okay.
I think speed's pretty much the same on this side.
I was like,
I always have that red yellow.
Yeah, I think probably just killed it a little.
Yeah, that
think I
kick
liked
was
your
still
kick.
fairly light.
yeah, I thought it was minimum, but
Okay.
it's probably okay.
Close. I think on this side it's a
Yeah.
bit
A little
quicker.
quicker. I think
Yeah,
your
I
kick
think
was close.
similar kick, good release.
Yep.
I liked it.
Yours.
Top 4. Definitely more.
Okay. T. We're there. Hold on. All there. Okay. It's close.
No, we're still heavy.
Back T.
It's
No,
trying.
then.
Back four.
A bit quicker on this side.
Stay close.
Whoa.
To it at
To
least.
it. No.
And down to it. To sit 2 without last rock.
You want to try to get to the nose.
Okay. Turns actually doing because she
Come
kinda
look
killed
at
it
it,
on the
Cart.
lead, so I don't know.
How much space do you have? Edge on edge.
Do you have any space? I think she has like a whisker.
Even
if you jam it for shots.
It's tricky
Unless
that
it's spin
in turn
back.
just tracks a little longer than the out
Question
turn.
of what
It's-
weight you like. Do you like board?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a weight sensitive
11.5.
spot.
Try to get to the nose. Try to get that 2 to go, or do you like throwing it really hard and just getting everything spinning?
No, I like less weight.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
Okay. Do you want hack?
I like board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just board.
11.5.
Do you like here?
Veteran
Yep, I do.
skipping there, you know. It's an awfully big game for
Yeah, it's
Carly
like half a
Burgess,
board.
and to have her say, what would you like to do? Would you like to throw the bullet or would you like to throw the soft one? Let her decide.
This is a huge shot. So even to have her go down to the other end and get a look at it for herself.
Let's go, car. You got a car?
You could actually throw hackets at too, so it's this is, I think, the right call. Also, the speed control here.
Yep. Hard. 11. Whoa.
Burgess.
Big. Clean. Yep. Curl. Whoa. Curl. Curl.
Now curling it. Clementine helping it over.
Curl.
Can you get across the nose? No, you'll just get rid of one. Sit right there.
Good shot.
Good call. 10-8.
You can't hit that Manitoba Rock down roll buried. Well, I guess you could, but you're leaving the two, well, three in the rings then, so you'd better be perfect. So that forces Grandy to draw here.
And the yellow-red run back will always be available for Jennifer Jones. It's a great shot.
I think we try to
Was it
just
ever?
bite the button. If we
Like
need,
right around?
like draw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
If we need to, we can kind of like tap and
Chisel
roll.
off. Okay.
Still
up
Same
to
speed
speed
as
here,
where I
yeah.
just threw, probably. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's close.
A little bit more than that.
Top button.
Post top 4.
Wait,
Line's
right
good.
the button. Line's
Yeah.
good.
We're there right now.
Okay, well then.
T.
No.
No.
Line.
T
Sarah.
line.
Sarah.
It's
go.
good.
Hard, Sarah.
Stay on nose.
Say nose.
Straight, 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 straight.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good.
Great. That's good.
Get it. Sorry.
Yeah. It's not bad for now because she's got to stay
Yeah, it's pretty
high
good.
side and it leaves us a draw.
Yeah, I like that. That's the best. She's got that, but then I should have something to tap at.
Well, Nova Scotia down
Yeah,
by one,
hairless.
and they're sitting one, Kathy, and that's what's facing Rachel Holman.
And lots of pressure on Ontario this end. Rachel made a run back on her first facing two. She did pick one out, but she left her shooter at the top 12, and it is acting as a guard for the Nova Scotia Stone. On her final, Christina Black threw a long guard, respecting Rachel's ability for up weight, so no run available.
Really good.
Does need to get a bite of the button.
Line's great.
Look. Yeah.
Yep, yeah, line. Line's good.
Wait only.
It's all you.
Yeah, line.
Tracy Fleury calling line. Sarah Wolf kind of miscue on the brush and needs a little bite of that white. Oh, this is a big carry here. Can you get it to the button? Need a little more. Oh, it doesn't look like it's enough.
One red.
And one it is. One red and one for Nova Scotia to tie it at 4.
We got one.
The point's made that
Sure.
she knows
Time.
all about stealing, doesn't she, Nova Scotia?
Yeah.
Stealing against Caitlin Laws, Team Wildcard to
Three-quarters.
win earlier today.
I could do that,
Yeah. Play for the pick.
but then
She's
she comes
just
around
wrapping.
here.
Yeah.
She's got
and
to.
it's- We're playing this.
You have the run.
It's really hard to clean pick that.
Yeah, but you can feather this.
You could play it in.
No, I know.
Glenn's
but
not
she's
gonna
just
love that
coming
yellow one.
around And she doesn't have to be very good. I think the two shots are either you run the guard. Do you like here? Or do you like peeling those?
Kind of do like there.
Yeah.
Like, you could slash it, and if you make it perfect and stuff it, but if she comes around top of the nail, we don't have a shot. That's one thing I don't like.
So if we go here,
Like
she
leave it a
plays
little
this.
open.
And if you double run in and stuff it, there's real good as well, and it opens it up, we can definitely score. That's the other beautiful part of that.
Which is key in the
I'm just
end.
thinking, like, if we
I
go
know.
here, she plays the frozen
Yeah,
tap.
yeah.
We just play for one.
You can't.
Like just bite the line
Absolutely.
almost. Not even.
Yeah, you want to be open.
You want to be open, exactly.
It's very precise, but
It is.
or you play that. You might stuff it. Hopefully you lose the 5.
I
We've
don't
got
like
this-
that in. I don't like
we've
that
got-
one. If you can run this one or the freeze.
Yeah.
Or they come around top. That's the two
That's
that
what
I
I
like.
meant. Yeah, like, but if you
Yeah,
stuff
you
it
could
on
do
the
that as well. You
freeze,
stuff
Yeah.
it as money.
It's really
it's just
good.
it's hard, like
Yeah.
What do you like?
I kind of like the top 4.
Yeah.
top 4, I drew the number 1 spot.
That was my first.
Then it kind of sets it up so if the red yellow raise is made, then Jen can make the raise. You can also, I made it pretty confusing in here, you can also do that, kick it out, which is tough, and you can also play the easier shot, but they're all worried that BC can then get one into a very dangerous spot.
My only concern with this draw, Russ, is that it has to be so precise.
Yeah, I don't love it either.
We've seen one draw on this side, this end by BC, came up really late.
Yep.
Kayla said she didn't really release it, but this has to be perfect.
Yep.
The clearing shot, there's a few more options.
And if chances are, now you're talking one of the best drawers that's ever played the game, but chances are if it's a miss, it's light here. If it's light, you've taken away your only shot.
That is a terrific 77%. Grandy has really saved them 3 times. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Yes!
The top 4 was the plan.
Yes! Back 4. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Rob it really close to the guard. Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Rob!
Yes, yes. Whoa. You got to Rob back.
Sit.
And that little bit too deep. That's a tough call. You can hear Jennifer saying you got to rub. So she wanted to rub, Joe, that red stone just off center line there?
Yeah, the problem there, the line was tight. The sweepers didn't want to sweep. They thought the weight was there. But at some point, you have to make that call. Back button is not where you want to be if you're Manitoba.
And to Jen's credit, she knew it was slower there, so she just overthought it. It was like I gotta be aggressive out of my hand.
If they don't have to sweep that for line, it's perfect.
Right,
if it's out there in the right line, that shot is made.
Might have been narrow, if anything, right?
Well, this is interesting. I mean, you would immediately think she's.
I got 14 actually.
Grandy's going to just follow her down and cap it, but now they're going to play that yellow into the crotch of those two.
I think it's easier, Beck.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's fully buried around a rock top 8. That's tough to get to for that draw. This is maybe a little bit easier.
It's the better side too.
Back 12. Back 12. Back 8. Yep.
Well, right now it still is Manitoba sitting the 1, so got to have here if you're BC. Gotta go. Again, it's Dubé and Loken. Gotta go. Trying to angle this yellow right back. Right in. Made it over curl. Oh, I think it did. And so they'll move 1. And the pinhole is available for Manitoba for a couple.
It's tough to get shot with that.
A little, I thought they were throwing more like a board weight there. It's not like you were going to miss the red ones, and just had to get that a little thinner. Or same angle with more weight even. Any harder, that's golden. Well, as tough as this is, she just threw it.
Yeah, they're going to look for a bit of a wider line though, Russ. I wonder if this will run better out here.
You could make an argument it could be a steal of 1 here, right? If this stays out in the good stuff, you only have to be a foot heavy to be not shot rock here.
So sitting 1, back button. There is room to get in for Jennifer Jones.
No, it's close.
And nothing yet from
Curl.
Burgess or Lenentine now.
Go.
Burgess trying to help it over. Look at her knife it. Trying to cut it over.
Keep going.
Trying to cut it.
Quite on it yet.
You're not quite on it yet. And are you going to be on it yet? And roll away. Oh, that's nice. Now that's 1 for sure. And have a look, and 2 for sure. Manitoba will get 2. And it's that little bit there. Trying to help that over Burgess.
Just slowing it down a hair by carving it. Got it into the slower path. Great stone.
Yes, 2. To increase their lead, 7-4, going to 9. How we see it is how you see it at home. And our coverage continuing from the Scotties Tournament of Hearts here in Cambridge. Big 2 points for Manitoba. The lead now by 3. And it is British Columbia. team from the Vancouver Curling Club that does have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
Yeah, no mistake on it. Just a brilliant draw right to the pin.
You could see in Jennifer's reaction, like it's palpable, that intensity, that fire. She was happy to get that extra point. They chased that whole end.
Yes.
BC had like 4 opportunities to get a good draw in there and really put some pressure on. They just were not able to find the forefoot there.
Game plan again looks like BC putting up the 2 corners, opposite side.
Yeah, uncharacteristic misses from Lauren Lenentine to start that end, and she made no mistake this end. Those rocks are lined up, top of the rings. She's such a steady lead, and we mentioned earlier this game, like that's remarkable. When you don't play every game, especially not playing yesterday, it's hard to get that momentum and that comfort. Just speaks to her skill level.
But it's something that the team has done, and they did an automatic rotation here. One game Lenentine, next game Emily Zacharias, and then back and forth. And this is Lauren's time to play.
Hard! Yep!
Yeah, hard. Keep it
Yep.
off center. Go, go, go.
Hard roll center! Hard, stay on the roll! Hard!
Trying to roll in behind their own, and we'll push that stone to the back edge of the 8.
It's very unusual under pressure, but this BC team's throwing the soft shots just a fraction too light. Normally you're amped up and you whip them way too heavy.
A little light.
Even Clancy's last shot in the last end, she could have thrown a lot more weight on, kept that same angle.
Solid! Yes. 10! Yes! 9 hard! Whoa! Yes! Whoa! Yes! Yes!
Whoa, roll it. Whoa, no roll, no roll. No.
And yeah, there is a roll, and it'll peak. Now on that outturn side.
Okay. Well.
We got to get her on our corners.
Can we, like move that one?
It's just we've got a long way to go to get, and then they're here. I guess you could stay here for now.
They're always rolling right back in, though.
You got to get something behind a guard. I think we do this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just played it.
Same weight.
That's easier of the two. Not as far to roll.
Yeah, BC is able to use their corners finally earlier this end because the centerline guard, the line wasn't quite right by Team Manitoba.
Hair less.
Yep.
Little less.
Yep.
Yep.
Lindsay Dubé.
Hard then. Hard. Really hard. Hard.
Trying to roll it behind their corner. That one right there on the right.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
And again, had the right notion.
It's good, Linz. Good throw. Good feet.
You have it all?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you like 11 or 10 and a half?
I like 10 and a half.
Okay, next one, nice.
Yeah. Let's go, Car. Yeah, right at it.
Go down.
Right out of her hand. Picked her up, didn't they?
You're holding
Zacharias and Lenentine.
Go, 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 go.
No, right on the nose. That's fine.
And right on the nose it is.
10-7.
Shoot. Good sweep.
Did you ever think, Joe, of, they're indicating flipping behind their own. Now, granted, you got last rock, but isn't there room to maybe flip towards center line, put it beside that red stone undercover?
Yeah, I'd be tempted to play that and maybe even kick that red stone out into the open. This isn't a bad call either, though. Hit and roll under, sit second shot behind your corner guard. These hit and rolls are just so tough to make
12-5,
absolutely
13.
perfect. What are more options rolling to the middle, Vic?
Whoa, Lynn. 12 and a half. Other way. Sarah.
Hard, Sarah.
Hard.
Yeah, that's again had an idea of going that way.
Yeah, just caught in the middle there. They were trying to make it curl, and by the time they gave up on it, it was a little bit too late.
You got a car?
In a 4-4 tie. Final stone coming up. Rachel Holman, Ontario.
An opportunity for two. Christina Black hit and rolled against two, but she rolled too far on her first. And after much discussion, the Holman team elected to throw out in the wing, stay away from the center guard. And so it was split, flying two, and Christina, in trying to roll under, rolled out. And so a bite of the 8-foot is what Rachel needs for two.
Last draw we saw, she came up a little light. 64% on her draws.
15. Good judge, guys.
That's a very, very big 2 points. So Nova Scotia will have the last rock, coming home down by 2.
Yeah, I think you can do this one now. Same weight.
So you don't think you can get under with the
I
same
can't
weight?
get under it like with the same weight.
Okay.
Can we just play like back line?
Like yeah.
I'm just not sure if we can. Let's just worry about where we get your shooter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well said.
You can throw the same weight at this.
Tempted to play the double and roll for shot rock. But can't afford to lose your shooter here.
Said same as Lynn's.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
that or you do this now.
Yeah, can.
What do you like, Russ?
Yeah, the freeze, you could argue that because you try too hard to make this double for no real reason.
Yeah,
Roll out,
that's
you're
what
in
I'm
real
thinking.
trouble.
They can't get rid of us.
Yeah, I think you do this
Yeah,
now.
I like that a lot.
If anything, a little bit of a tap is okay.
Okay.
It's
Lock
still
it
not
on,
a
though.
wonderful situation, but at least you're going to make Jennifer earn it here if you freeze one in there.
15? Yeah.
That, as Joanne and I have been saying all week, the hit and roll behind a single guard is very difficult.
Yeah.
You had 2 or 3 guards over there, I think I'd try it, but
Wait's close.
Close for
Top
line.
4.
Yep.
Top 4.
Well, line's good.
good.
Gotta go. Yep, you gotta
Hard
go line.
line.
Yep, you gotta go. Top 8.
Hard
Hard
line.
Stay on it.
Hard.
Stay on it. Roll it off. Roll it. Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that made a big move.
they were never worried.
This is the first game we've seen some rocks jump in the last few days. We didn't see that the last 2 days in
here,
particular.
guys.
There haven't
Just
been
come here.
anything grabbing like that.
Just put that angle slash into the pocket. So I think we want to be top 12.
Yeah.
Right?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So
Unless we come in and
I think that's hard though, Carly,
It
just
is.
because it's coming off that guard. Yeah, I guess she can make that, right, and be shot. Do we just throw the guard?
yeah, right here.
She's got the angle slash in,
Yeah.
but that's
I like-
really hard.
I like this.
It's just, that's very
hard to get-
hard.
get there, I know.
Like
We
most of
may
the
as well
time you're
just-
going to be here. It's a hard hole to come through, but she can hit and roll buried, and then I don't have a draw. But I could just tap that guy up, actually.
Yeah.
Right?
She's probably still playing that to sit over here.
Yeah. Okay. I guess even if I'm frozen, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Yeah, I like this.
So this is that
Right to
silly
it?
draw.
Yeah.
I'm thinking here with just that top 12. Do you think
Yeah.
that's close?
Yeah, that's close to what we were playing for the normal
Yeah,
draw too.
I think that's got to be close.
That's the best option for BC, but you know, it's not like you're going to hit it, so you could guard it, but then you leave the shot rock wide open. So
Does she throw
I
this to
think
6?
Jen's just going to go tight here somewhere.
Yeah.
You
Right
could
on
just
top.
go right in and kind of Christmas tree it.
I thought she said right on top, did she not?
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay. Now remember, this is the one she missed. The end, they gave up the deuce. It was just a foot or two heavy out of her hand, just maybe a hair wide, and it hit that corner guard.
And then we just saw Kayla's curl too much unexpectedly.
I'm a little surprised, Joe, only because Jennifer said a couple of times it would be difficult to get off that Yellowstone just in front of the rings and find the room. Yet now she's decided to come through.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I thought they would throw a halfway guard and just guard that port. But there's a fear of this angle slash being made.
Line's great. Line's good. Top 8. Yeah. Top 8's ideal. Go. Hard.
A week today, coverage of the Brier starts from London, Ontario.
Go.
Oh boy, how nice, how nice, how nice, how nice. And in they go. Now she wanted to lay it on top, Russ, albeit.
Yeah, I guess that's like 6 inches heavy, but just beautiful shot.
Nice speed, Jen.
There's zero chance you can be shot rock and not wide open.
Yeah. And I can't.
Yeah, it doesn't
The
look
problem
like
is
you
if
can,
I freeze, the run back's only going to be for one.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think.
Yeah,
well, although, well, no, not necessarily, because if I can lock it right here, then I can run it onto this side.
Yeah.
Possibly. It's going to be hard to get the 4 going.
Unless you can, like, maybe run this and have this, I don't know.
Yeah, is there anything on that intern side?
I think the corner guard is blocking that long yellow that we see on the far right-hand side. You could get around it, but I don't think you can curl into the 4-foot.
That's the problem with splitting your corners. If those corners, they have to be tight to the rings so that they're not in the draw line. If they're light like that, it just shuts down that whole side of the sheet.
Can we stay around the corner, you mean?
Yeah, like stay for second.
Okay. Yeah,
here,
I like that.
Kill this one, and then hopefully I have a run back. We just have to stay for second shot.
Yeah.
If you could play that run back and stick it in here and kill maybe those 2 rocks, then you've still got that run back
Yeah, it should be no problem. Yeah.
for your last one. Because one's not an option here.
I don't mind this. Hit and roll to the side, sit second shot. Jennifer Jones likely can't chase it. You hope for something on your last. It's just you're hoping for a miss out of your opposition.
It's tricky to raise that yellow one too. You've got to almost go through your other yellow one to make it.
10-5.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Clancy Grandy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And her first.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Lindsay.
Yep.
Straight. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Sit.
And that spills too far, so they're sitting third.
Good throw.
It's so close. Rolls a rock too far.
Yeah.
Right here. Just don't want to leave a triple.
She has a run. I think if we do this, she's
got that run double. I think we want to try to get in there.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Same ice.
Yep.
We just freeze on the one I just threw. Basically, yeah. She's got the run.
If you somehow made that perfect and stock it,
it's hard,
you
but
could get your
it's
2.
there.
So I think best guard's second or third shot
Same
here.
weight,
Just bring it
really,
right
hey?
in here.
I'd be a bit more like.
Even if you tick off shot and roll deep.
Yeah, just make it good.
Direct, skinny off. So just don't know if we have enough high side.
Yeah, exactly.
To slash it in.
She's saying, can you get past that top yellow tight enough to get the right angle on the second yellow? That's also what's problematic.
Sorry, she just slid over.
You're good. Same throw is good. Let's go, Jen. Let's capitalize.
The routine has always been the same. Always that little rub to dry off the palm.
Little bit more weight.
More line. Off. Let it work. A little wider.
Speed's good.
Got to curl. Got to curl. Got to curl. Got to curl.
Line's good.
Line's good now. Line's good. Curl. Line's good.
Curl.
Curl.
That means Burgess goes to work on the curl.
Top 8's got to be fully. Curl.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
Well, they're
Perfect.
Good.
that's like a little rack in the
If we were
on the pool table. But can you do anything with it?
I don't think so. I'm trying to come up with an angle here. Again, that yellow corner goes in. You could potentially make the triple, but you're not going to sit two.
It's just also not really an easy way to get to the 4-foot.
That's the problem. There's no real draw path here.
Okay, timeout.
That'll be their second.
This actually might be the only chance. I don't think the angles are there, but it's more there than there's nothing there. Yeah. You'd have to hit this one as thin as you can.
Yeah.
But your thrown rock, the one you're running in, will never be closer than that back red unless you make the quadruple. I think they got to start trying to figure out a shot for one.
This one.
Okay.
You think, eh? I don't think the 8 will leave.
The only other option, I guess, is that run onto the 6.
Yeah, like as
make the triple
thin.
that way.
Yeah, as thin as we can on the 6.
No, I think like on the nose, so it touches
Oh,
the 8 and then
that
goes
way.
through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's only
Question
for
then
one.
would be if where the 7 goes, but
yeah,
one of the two. I think both are there theoretically, but probably that one is more likely.
This
then.
might have a higher chance.
Like a normal peel, it's more the like if you plant it, kind of will make the triple.
Yeah.
As long as the 7 doesn't stick here.
Okay.
Yep.
I think it's a bit.
He loves snooker. Does Nicholas
It's
Zadine.
not going to curl at all.
Andrea Kelly, second from the left, and the New Brunswick team from the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton. 3-5 record this week. Last year's bronze medalist.
Might even get a piece of that one there. Both of them. Nicholas liked the other one, but he also suggested this one.
Whoa! Yes! Yep!
Again, it's a game kind of shot, isn't it? It's a game kind of shot. Bang. And, oh, that's the catcher at the back. So that'll be for, looks like a steal of 2. And that will be it. And Manitoba and Jennifer Jones will move on. Make the final. 9-4. She keeps herself alive for a record-breaking 7th. Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Acknowledging the crowd here. You know, this is BC's home, Kamloops. And they come away with the win over Clancy Grandy and the team from the Vancouver Curling Club. The other game is still on the ice. Kathy, they're letting it Nicholas Zadine, his debut as a coach here at the Scotties. Now he'll go home to prepare for the World Men's Championship to be played in Ottawa. As timeout has been called by Nova Scotia. Kathy.
Well, and the challenge for this end, this is a team that is trying to score 2 in the last 3 stones. They've been trying to run off guards and open up a path to the 4-foot to try to score.
But you could do it with not too much waiting. You could get it over to there. I think that's the call. It looks good from here.
You just can't throw a lot of weight.
Yeah, you're just going to be rolling to here, right?
Do you ever?
You could do that, and then.
How do you get him for second later?
Yeah, I don't even know. You're barely shot.
How are we going to get to the 5?
Then what am I going to do for that?
I think you got to give yourself a chance at least and go for a skip scoop. I think that's what we got to do at this point,
me
right?
too.
Basically, we just have to make 3 great shots.
Yeah, like hit
That's
it.
like a 9, I think.
Yeah, not too much weight. You want a 9?
I like what you think.
Maybe 9.5?
It could. You could get it over there.
So in that case, I think
Yeah.
you throw 9-5, right?
Okay.
I think a hair high. Try and get it to go there.
I think that's your best chance.
Great.
9.5.
Well, we need to give ourselves a chance.
The important thing is to
gonna
move
run
that
straight with a
Ontario
9.5
stone out of the top button area here. Could get
Break at the end.
the roll towards the corners. The key here is to open up that middle.
And I think that was what they were saying, Joe, when Stuart was talking about playing the open stone. The challenge is not the open stone. The challenge is the one that's biting the top of the button.
Yeah, they need to create some space here.
Ontario leads it by 2.
9-8.
No.
Nova Scotia with the hammer.
Curl.
Go.
Gotta curl.
Go. Hard.
Hard, Shelly.
Shelley Barker.
Shelly. Roll it.
Oh, and now that spill, and they'll spill it over. As
Oh my God.
it may have gotten underneath there just a little bit. Shot rock remains Ontario, back edge of the 4.
Just about perfect.
Pretty good, Jen.
Yeah. Nearly
Nice shot.
perfect.
You just
Yeah, I
like,
like that, eh?
took it right up.
It's pretty good though. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's
11.
still has to be made here.
There's nice movement to the swing. If you take the tight guard, that's fine. What weight are you throwing?
Just 11.
Okay.
Emma throwing up the audible there. If you tick on that top red, you can still, you'll then have a wide open hit and not give up more than 2. So that would not be ideal.
Weight's good.
No.
Clean.
Let it cross center.
Just 11. Curl. Yeah. Keep going. Gotta go.
You gotta go.
Really needs to curl.
Really gotta go.
Really needs to curl.
Harden!
Rescue trying to help it over, does.
Okay.
And then the shooter spills in back edge of the 4, so still sitting 2 is Ontario.
That's the only shot I have.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, no, I agree. Just wondering if there's any way you could bring the one into play is all. But
No.
I'm fine with freeze, yeah.
Only if like she tries to pick it and takes that one out.
Dead freeze then.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Right about there.
You got this, Tina. Take your time.
You could. The freeze is fine, but you could tap this roll buried if Rachel ever ticks.
Like dead freeze.
You'd have a double for 3.
It's back 4.
What roll?
Still
Hit it,
25?
tap it quietly, and roll underneath.
Yeah. That's another option now. It's hard to do that, but we've seen her do it.
Yeah, she's so good at those lightweight finesse.
Wondering if you can just guard.
Job number 1 is get shot rock in there tight to that yellow. If you bump it, you bump it.
Line's pretty good.
Christina Black from the Dartmouth
Priscilla.
Curling Club.
Line's good. Where?
Back 4. T-back
T-line, back 4.
She's running it
Lock
back.
it up.
Line's good.
Line's
Great.
great.
Hard.
6, 7.
Hard.
Yeah, we gotta go. Wait.
Hard.
Big carry here. Very big carry. They might get across and underneath. And they did get across the nose. And sitting for shot, stone, corner, frozen.
Great sweep.
Just a great judge by the sweepers. Jen Baxter picked that up right out of Christina Black's hand.
Nice crossing. Your brooms in there, it's like getting really tight.
End to end, because they jumped it, if they hadn't done that, this rock would have been light and it would have over curled. Heads up sweeping by Team Nova Scotia. What a great shot.
This is why our system in Canada, I hope we never change. You get a representative from every province. This young team, most of them learned from the great team, like, Colleen passed it on to Marianne tutored these guys for a couple of years, did so well in Penticton, and you're
like I threw my
really got almost like a feeder system for the whole country, and you're getting quality players like this, it's really important to grow our game and get the best representative we possibly can.
You hate making the draw?
Pardon? I think we just need to block the draw for 2.
Great run for British Columbia and the team from Vancouver. Clancy Grandy first year together. But it's a Manitoba win 9-4, and really it could have been over a lot earlier. They left a lot of points on the board, and Grandy was forced to make some hero shots, and in the end wasn't able to make enough. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's favorite coffee.
Rachel's been close in the last few draws. Really good one in 9.
I think she's just throwing a guard here, blocking the draw for 2 on this side. That out-turn side, the port will be hard to navigate for Team Nova Scotia.
We got lots of room, guys.
1.
Line, curl it then.
Keep it out there. Line's great.
Just hold the line.
Wilkes
2. Hold the line.
trying to hold that line.
So let's stop, I think.
Good.
And
Nice
then
throw.
they block it.
Good spot.
I think the intern's still there, Russ. She doesn't need to touch the button. She just needs full 4.
Yep.
Like I have to get tight to it, but not too tight.
He's gotta get full 4.
Yeah.
This guy's not quite in the 4 foot, guys.
It
so.
is in the 4 foot. It's not all the way in the 4 foot.
It's there, but it's tricky.
Yeah,
if you have to hit this out of the hand for weight, you might kill the line.
Right. Absolutely.
But there was an end in 6 that there was a lot of play out there, so she's seen this before and doesn't even have to get tight to the guard. It will warp in with the right weight.
Definitely a little more dish than it has been.
Yes.
So they have 1 in their pocket, Nova Scotia. And maybe they can change that. 7 times they've had the last rock and failed to get the conversion. Get 2. Definitely need 2 right here. Trying to force another extra as they did earlier today against wild card 1 and Caitlin Laws. Always surprises me how so many people can just disappear. Dead quiet here in Sandman Center.
Line's pretty close.
Full 4
Stay close for line.
to force an extra.
Line's really good. Okay, line's perfect. Hard.
Baxter.
Really close.
Barker.
Hard.
And Evers pulling line. Got to get it by and then carry it down. Get it by. Oh, they get close. Here they go. Have you got the 4? The Killer Bees trying to drag it to the 4 for an extra. Nova Scotia.
Back-to-back perfect sweeps by Team Nova Scotia. There was one spot that rock could go.
Brilliant.
And no bounce, no roll. She did it again.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. By Home Hardware, Here's How. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Saturday is Curling Day in Canada, and we're taking our rocks to the Rockies. Banff, Alberta is hosting a curling festival that has never been seen before. Plus, inspiring stories from across the country.
Knowing that I'm here, that I can make a difference, gave me sort of a boosting and motivation.
Hopefully, one day I'll be able to curl with my friends and family who have no clue about the sports.
And Carrie Anerson joins us to discuss the pride she takes in being an Indigenous role model.
It's truly amazing to see that and to feel that love and that support.
Join the celebration on Curling Day in Canada.
And they'll be hosting from Banff. So here we go. Second straight game this day for Nova Scotia to go to an extra earlier today. They picked up a steal of the win. against Team Wildcard, Caitlin Laws to advance. And just like then, it was tied at 6. So will they have another lucky 7? Ontario with Flash Rock. They have the Hammers here in the extra, playing the Yellowstone.
One a little deep here for Ontario. You'd love to be shot rock here, so that's what they're going to try to do. But there's an admissible run back with that one top 4. I thought they might deal with it, either freeze to the top one or tap it a little bit. There's lots of rocks left.
Tapping a little. Curling a lot. Tapping a foot. Tapping a foot. Hard. No, we're coming down. Hard. Hard line. Go. We're on the top one. Oh. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. That's okay. Sorry. Wait, was really close. Try the double peel.
Not bad at all, really.
Don't think they're I think there's third shot actually at the moment, but it's in front of the tee line, Joe.
Yeah, not a bad spot for that rock.
Close. Lead. Yep. Whoa.
Holman on the brush. And we'll drive it into the pocket and raising that Nova Scotia stone back. And they leave their shooter high. There's a tighter off center guard.
The run backs are just the most amazing part of the sport now. They're either, that's, I don't know, half an inch higher. She makes the double run back, clears everything, and gets the top one out of the way a little bit. Curls a half an inch, it's a complete disaster.
That's almost a game winner.
Yeah.
And now they're in a world of hurt.
Yeah, it's funny, eh?
Second shot now that belongs to Nova Scotia. Ontario still shot rock.
Looks like Emma threw it great too, because they weren't worried all the way down.
Liked it.
It's tough late in the game. Sometimes those peels just come up a little bit more than you expect it to in the middle, a little bit fudgier.
Can we take off? Hard. Yeah, keep going. Hard, hard, hard. Just try and separate them. Hard, Jen. Okay. Okay. That's okay. Yeah. It's all right. Can you think run the yellow into there? Okay.
This team's got this weapon for sure to make a lot of rocks go away in a hurry.
You ever tempted to play the double peel on the 2 reds on the right
because
side?
the long yellow is really not hurting them.
Sorry? I don't, Rach, okay. Gotta go. What are you saying? 3/4? You're trying to get here, right? Okay, yeah.
I'm just saying if we get it even thinner, it goes across the top. I think it picks the red in the house.
Okay, do you want to try that then?
Whatever
I
you're
like
seeing.
Your original call. Okay, we can try that.
3/4.
I like your original call, Trace. Okay.
Like your call better. The 2 yellows are easy, and you can run it back onto the yellow. And the long yellow, if that costs you the game, you've missed your last shot.
Yep. Whoa.
Miscue. And we'll peel the high one. Oh dear.
Okay.
And then leaves it out in front. Thought they might get it that way too.
They could have.
They could have got them all moving. You sense that hurry up feeling from Team Holman. You get 4.5 minutes of thinking time in the extra end. You don't want to waste them on the front end rocks. You want to leave the time for back end, especially skip rocks and these extras.
And one timeout as well, each team.
Weight's really good. Keep it clean.
Jen
halfway.
Baxter.
I think you're really tight. I think you're really tight. Halfway. We're halfway.
Clean.
Just halfway.
Easy.
2.5.
Keep the brooms down.
This is curling like crazy.
Sit. Shoot. Okay.
Never go. That's unnatural.
I think I don't hate that. I kind of like the double peel first.
Which ones?
The yellow red.
The yellow
Like-
red.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
This
You
is
rather the
always
double peel?
Yeah,
this is
yellow
always
red.
the debate, isn't it, Joe? I mean, the person sitting at home and saying you've got the chance to get the second shot. You even got a chance maybe even to roll behind that pile of stones and use them as guards. Yet they're going up to peel them off.
Yeah, the problem is if you don't make that, if you chase second shot, having those 3 rocks in the pile, that's a lot to hide behind for Nova Scotia if it's not made perfectly.
Nope. Curl.
And now they Ontario will leave something there on the side if they should ever need to run something in.
It's also the in-turn draw at some point, too. So if Ontario changes gears and guards this guard.
Yeah, Nova Scotia can play a tap on their red top four to frozen on the Ontario Rock back button.
2.5 right now. Oh, that's too deep.
That'll always be available for them.
We're running. It's got to curl. 2.5.
Yeah, earlier today, that's
We're 2.5.
stolen.
We're almost to your feet.
Extra end against Caitlin Laws.
Watch this finish here.
little bit,
This will get
Charlie,
right to the
little
line
bit,
if it's heavy
A
enough.
little bit. Yep. Good.
No.
Good shot. Yeah, really
Leave
good.
a piece of their second shot
7/8.
showing.
On that red or on that yellow over there?
7/8, Trace.
7/8. Okay.
Tough decision. You could have guarded your guard.
Going this way. No, like.
Now there's a real nice angle.
Well, if you whisker it, yeah.
Okay.
But if you hit there, no.
Okay.
3/4. We can back this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. Whoa.
Tracy Fleury.
Close. Whoa. Yep. Other way. Hard.
SQ. Got it. And then we'll leave that one there. So they don't open up the middle.
Yikes.
Like the same, you know?
I'm not sure.
If you could, I think I can get over buried to like there.
Should we call timeout?
No, this is the shot.
Okay.
You guys like this?
Right there.
Do you ever like one more guard? No. Okay. Doesn't like it. Okay.
See, now,
Got this, Tina.
that was Jen Baxter. Now she knows how I feel.
I don't mind. I'll still have a guard to come around.
Trying to get it in there, but if you get it like there might be a double. So I heard Christina say, I'm going to try to get it over as far as I can.
Yeah, I think it should be the same.
Don't want to tick on your own.
And if Rachel plays a rip on the rocks on the left side of the screen after this, she still has a guard to use.
Yes. Now it's getting a little bit softer, so you got to be really aware.
Well, this has been her
Wait's really close.
strength, boy, these
Oh,
draws.
that's too much.
Line's good if
really
you're heavy.
close.
Whoa. It's really running.
Whoa, line's good.
Rack 8.
Whoa.
Like 9. There's nothing you can do right now.
And nothing.
No.
And maybe
Curl.
digging in.
Curl.
Oh, dear.
All the way through. All the way through.
Commentator's curse, eh?
Yeah.
And through it goes.
I just gave it that little extra. Yeah. Shoot, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Just like a
Short would have been the tolerance there. Then you'd have a red on either side.
Timeout.
Team Ontario couldn't have taken both of them away.
So timeout called.
Like you have a bit of air on this red one, and it should curl.
It would just be.
But
she's drawing shitty to just tick it.
Yeah. Like even if we do get
Nose is really good, right? Like
Nose isn't good. I hit this.
Well, like a hair low.
we'd have to play it
just
with.
so you can
Or
use
if we
it.
peel, what's she doing? She's tapping.
Or we.
Well, she might get one.
might
I don't love the
freeze.
peel. She could get one like here, like
Yeah, it's just if she's ever like anywhere high, it's.
yeah,
Or we go here.
yeah. That's those are the three calls, I think.
My thought's the peel.
That's what I think too.
She's got to make
Her make a good one.
She's got to make a really good one, and if she makes that really good one, you have a.
We should be
You'll
able
have
to.
a
Like,
double.
it's hard to get low with how close this rock is here.
Not really.
We know
My biggest fear is that if it goes that little bit deeper, she has the dead nut to
Or
light.
the line's not good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Like
think
if
I
ever
like
we
the draw.
choke it off and then she taps, like it's harder.
Just if I'm in the way, she can't get under.
If we make it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if like your tolerance heavy or light,
Yeah, 30 seconds
might not
left.
give us
Would
a
you
lot of
like
options.
Do you ever play this tight to the guard?
I
if
don't
you
like
peel the guard, it's okay.
playing over, because even if you make that, they're drawing. My thoughts are either you're going to place the perfect draw now, or you're peeling and.
What do you like?
I think if we peel, she can make this so I don't have a shot.
Okay.
I mean, if I miss the draw, it's
Yeah.
the same situation.
I think she'll always be a little bit high, and we'll have this.
Okay.
You like the peel?
Yeah, like I think it's hard to get low.
The
Like
peel's
it's
the easiest shot for us, leaving her the hardest shot, right?
If I stuff this, draw's hard.
Yep.
Does jamming here
I
make
like
the
that.
draw a little harder?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we just said. Okay.
Yeah, let's roll in.
Okay.
Shows the amount of respect they have for Christina Black and her drawing ability. She just threw one to the hack, and they're still scared she's going to place the perfect draw on her next.
What's my drawing rock?
You'd have to be living under a rock not to respect the way she's played this week.
Okay, this way.
I like this call. It's the easiest shot.
Size, please.
Would you ever take on the double? I guess it could jam, but with the speed that Rachel throws it, you'd have to be pretty unlucky.
I think I need to say.
Yeah, you could. It's just you'd be scared of getting anything inside and leaving another rock to come around.
Yes, yes. Yeah, you got to miss high side. Yeah.
So electing to open things up here and across the top. I don't know, Joe. You had that opportunity to get down and get on top of that, take away the pin, and just thinking.
Yeah, but to their point, a little bit light could be a disaster. A little heavy gives them a pocket to throw to. They opted for the easier shot. Now Christina Black has to make the perfect shot.
I wonder which is easier, because if you don't get almost to the face, there'll be a double here.
Right.
You could just tap that straight back into that type of area. The line's crucial on tap, but it's pretty crucial on this intern freeze too.
So you don't want to give her enough room when you say her. You don't want to give Homan enough room to draw down, because if you come and freeze, then she's got room to follow you down.
That's true. Right? That's true. But very true. But if you're high enough, there's a very easy double, and that rock stays.
Okay.
You got to kind of get to the nose here.
Final stone, and has to be shot rock.
That's for T-line. Line's great.
Final stone for Nova Scotia.
Running it on.
Trying to set themselves up again
Line's perfect.
for a stolen win.
Line's great. All you guys. Line's great. Line's really good. It has to curl a bit, actually.
We're there.
Can you do this again? Why not?
Great
And
shot,
look at
Tina.
that. Goodness gracious.
Can you do it again?
That's the problem with that shot. It really wasn't makeable, Joanne, I don't think. And now you're playing into Rachel's wheelhouse. That's what she wants to do. The tap would have given them a little better chance of locking it on.
They needed a
what
little bit
shot.
more curl, but that weight was perfect.
What a shot.
Just shoot. Okay. Yeah. I didn't make that my first one.
I know.
We
Yeah.
can drag this up.
The first one
A little
is the
bit
one
more.
that she regrets now, throwing it through. It's a stolen win again at the moment for Nova Scotia for a second time today. Final stone, Rachel Homan.
Clean it. Curl.
Just a dust. Now trying to help it over. Wilkes. Bang. Oh, and she'll stuff it. And Nova Scotia, for the second straight game, will pick up the win. A steal again and an extra.
We still might get to play 33 ends.
Remarkable run they've had.
Oh my God.
They stole last night against Quebec, stole today, this morning against Caitlin Laws, and now steal against Ontario to move on.
We did it.
Just brilliant shot making.
33 ends coming up today.
And Rachel Homan, trying to win for the first time since 2017, will have to wait for another try. Nova Scotia trying to win their first since 2001, and then Colleen Jones, of course, went on that run for Team Canada. So, wow, here we go tonight. The three-time defending champions, Team Canada, against Manitoba, with the winner going through to the 1-2 game, and then Nova Scotia against McCarville, last year's silver medalists, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And all she can do is watch and go, my goodness, we've done it again. 3 straight stolen wins. Nova Scotia and Christina Black from Dartmouth. So we're back with you. Make a note, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific. We will feature the defending champions 3 times. Team Canada against Jennifer Jones. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Kathy, of course, will keep her eye on Nova Scotia and Northern Ontario. What an afternoon it's been. And yeah, New Brunswick celebrating. It's not just Nova Scotia's win, it's a maritime win for the team from Dartmouth as they will advance now to tonight's game against Northern Ontario. We are in Kamloops for this year's Scotties Tournament of Hearts, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. And what a day it's been. Outstanding game this morning. Nova Scotia winning with a steal and doing it again today as Manitoba advances with their win over BC. So until we talk with you again at 9 Eastern, thanks for joining us here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.